last name, you son of a bitch?
Every valley in the kingdom on my tail. They be questing for me like the Holy Grail. I'm a wizard with the warrant on my head. In this county, there's a bounty for me dead. They see me coming, but they can't stop this disaster. They be running, but I run a little faster. I dim the sun and jam my gun, I trigger caster. They got it coming, still our paladins are bastards. Shadows fall across the street, minions know it's killer clock. Shining tossing on my feet, wizard with the glowing lock. Cocker tried to sweep on leather wings up from the sky. That taste of blood and over blood from all the valleys come to die. Pull the trigger while I'm speeding and they're feeding on cops. My barrel burst inverted, solar blade deleting my ops. Ain't no highway, I flee sideways up for multiple crashes. The siren song is fading out as I leave nothing but ashes. You can tally up my body, but pally at every present bounty hunters try to flex. I turn to flesh and incandescent. Try me, I'm extending out chemical.
What's good, chat?
It's a choice if you're my next up, don't call it a homicide.
Guess it's time for some Pendragon. Hello, Hannah. Elfio. That's cool. Nico. Man. Elf cough. These are some wild emotes.
They see me coming, but they can't stop this disaster. They be running, but I run a little faster. I dim the sun
Hope y'all ready for some Pendragon. I know Hannah is.
They got it coming, still our paladins are bastards.
What a good song. Alright. Let's see. Everything's open. Hello, Fua. Ooh. Right. Do I want just stream chat on here or do I want on my phone too? My phone's almost dead, so we're just gonna have to deal with this. Yeah, it's a little better. Slightly better on the soundscape. Hopefully I'm not too quiet. Just realized I'm being kind of quiet boy. Maybe we do this one. Oh, whoa. I hope that didn't get too loud for you guys. I'm very sorry if it did. Crank the desktop audio for a second, and I don't know why that happened. Alright, let's dip back into chat so you can hear the other players. Hannah, you can hear yourself now. That'll be a lot of fun. So don't listen to the stream. You've been warned.
Instead of patching to fix the game, the Switch 2 just makes it run like it should have.
Oh, is this Elden Ring?
No, talking about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Oh, yeah.
How the fix was a $400 console.
Yeah. In order to play the game, you had to buy a new console. That's true.
But stuff like Zelda runs night and day, and it's really good.
I'm looking forward to actually going back through some of the Zelda stuff next time.
The load times, John, are insane. It's like
sure your save will pass over.
It will. But it's like the load times for Zelda is like plugging in your first SSD to a computer.
Oh, that kind of feel?
Yes. Like loading into a shrine is in seconds now.
Ooh.
Not fair. You're telling me that I could have just waited until another console came out and the game would give me back hours of my life?
Hannah, you're the one that you would want to profit more because they added more lore because now it uses some app from Nintendo, and you go to certain bits in Breath of the Wild, and Zelda will tell you more lore on the app.
What? This
Yeah.
is bullshit.
And you
Would you
can
like
show
to know
like
more? Lore?
they also let you send people gifts of like arrows and bombs and stuff. It's so
Oh, that's
weird.
cool.
I really hope that she pops up with like a Clippy image.
Oh,
Would you
God.
like to learn more lore?
It's a gimmick, but it's neat. for
It's got like
Zelda.
it's clippy with like Zelda's hair.
I mean, the crazy part is they have always been like, I don't know, man. If it's not what you see is what you get, then fuck off. Then go theorize for 40 hours to figure out how this works. They're just giving the lore away.
Damn.
No, you gotta buy the Switch 2 version or the upgrade. It's not a giveaway.
Just $400
Pay to play.
get the lore.
Good times. Good times.
Yes, sir. Let me fix
sir.
your audio.
All right. What's that about audio?
Just making sure everybody's audio levels are alright.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Good old sound check.
We'll turn wood code like 115.
Mm. Yeah, the tea's not putting much of a dent in our energy levels.
So it isn't. I was gonna say I can still hear the tires, so we'll see how it goes. Huh?
Alright, well now that I'm up to 115, let me get the hark ready for today.
Yeah, scream out the hark. Maybe that'll work. Alright.
That'll get me energized a little bit.
Switching to the Slavic music now.
Alright. Cool. Cool. Well, yeah, let's get going. It's just gonna be us, Josh, and or Carl. Carl is gonna be playing their other game, so
Mm-hmm.
just us. And today's gonna be a continuation, a new experiment, as always. So the idea is to alternate between like adventurous kind of phases and the winter phase, and then that wraps up the year.
Yep.
So this is going to be our first winter phase. I think it's going to be a pretty short session, but we'll see. I thought last session was going to be like 3 hours on the dot. I had the winter stuff prepared then because I thought that
Oh,
wasn't
you
gonna
fool.
be enough time.
When has this group ever been on time?
I'm so sorry. I dragged our investigation out to its brutal ends.
No, I mean I was just like not knowing how it was gonna play. Like it was a full amount of prep. But anyways, all that to say, we'll see how today goes, and yeah, thanks.
If it's shorter, that's okay. You sound like you might need a shorter session anyways, bud. So,
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'll hopefully I'll get like a second wind.
Yep.
After a little bit here. But cool. Anything on your end before we get started? Questions, comments, concerns?
You're
Nope.
cool.
we're good. Having a good time.
Alright.
I'm fully prepared for
So
a horse
we'll
to die.
kick. Yes, good.
I'm fully prepared
As you
for
should be.
Vlad's horse to die.
What's the name of your horse?
Piotr.
Vlad? Piotr, that's right. You like Piotr. It's a solid name.
It is. It's a great name for a horse.
Solid, hearty name, yeah.
He's my rock. Well, he was.
Gonna be riding a donkey next year, huh?
I think I just got spoiled on the ending of the thing.
Wait, what?
Maybe so.
Don't look at the
maybe
screen.
so.
Link?
Yeah.
Don't look.
I see. If these numbers are correct, it wasn't even a contest.
Alright, I shouldn't have spoiled it.
That's alright.
But, alright.
Don't look, chat.
We got,
Go over here.
we got some
We're gonna focus on Dame Laura.
narrative for you.
Asia, close your eyes.
Alright, so, pardon the monologue. We're just gonna throw it at you. Steel rang out loud beneath a bruised sky.
Hello, Asia.
Mud churned beneath hooves and boots alike as Sir Yatsik, helm splattered with blood, twisted in the saddle. His sword arced wide and with a crash, toppled his foe from his steed, landing with a sickening crunch. A second tried to wheel away, but Sir Yatsik spurred forward, brought his blade down hard and sent him sprawling. The clash had momentarily come to a halt, and Yatsik wheeled his horse about, praised the field, and caught sight of Julian, wearing the Hauptberg family's armor, as he sat mounted in reserve. "Enough!" Yatsik bellowed. "Fight me, or crawl home and bury your shame in drink." Julian said nothing at first. Then, as though struck by some ancient pride, he dismounted, flinging his cloak aside. The battle that had encircled the wagon widened as combatants, bloodied and breathless, paused to witness what they knew might be the end. Julian unsheathed his sword and stepped onto the muddied field to face Sir Yatsik. They met with the crash of steel and furious footwork. The first exchange was fierce. Julian's blade was fast and practiced, but Yatsik struck low and then high, and then hammered his hilt against Julian's helm, sending the nobleman sprawling into the muck. Julian groaned, tried to roll away, but Yatsik was already on him, blade flashing. He struck again, forcing Julian back onto one knee. "Yield," Yatsik growled. "You are beaten. If you throw your sword down and vow never to harass the lady again, I will allow you to return to your home with your life, if not your dignity. As we tilt swords, it will be the past that lies in the mud here, or it will be you." Julian was breathing hard, and he looked up. His face beneath the helm was pale with pain, but his eyes burned with something deeper. You don't understand. I've defied the Von Evericks, cast aside my family's name, my future. There's no peace for me now, only victory, and reclaiming Lady Adela's heart, or death in trying. "Then die well, son of Hauptberg," said Yatsik. Julian forced himself upright, stumbled once, and then roared and charged. It was a final gambit, wild and raw, but Yatsik was already moving. He sidestepped, turned, and pushed his sword through. The knight choked, sword slipping from his grasp. Yatsik stepped close, twisted the blade and pulled it free, and Julian collapsed. Inside, Adela had watched the duel unfold in horror. Next to her, Honoratina had sat without muttering a word, arms crossed beneath a heavy cloak. But when Yatsik struck Julian down and left him writhing in the mud, she stepped lightly from the coach. Skirts lifted just enough to avoid the filth, and she approached slowly, just close enough to see Julian's face, twitching in agony, his armor buckled, eyes wide in that useless mix of hope and terror. "I was right about you. A lovesick coward playing at nobility. Now look, laid open like a rabbit." Julian tried to speak, but blood choked his words. And then she knelt, not kindly, beside him. "I shall tell them you died bravely. It's the least fiction I can afford you. And then she stood, turned and walked away, not waiting for the end. As she passed Sir Yatsik, blood still fresh on his blade, she offered a slight nod. Not one of gratitude, but recognition. The same look one executioner might give to another. And thus ends the tale of a portrait of a lady in flames. So, with Julian slain and his allies, who were mostly sellswords, having laid down their arms, we can, just a couple of kind of pulling back quick thoughts. Some people are injured, so you may want to attempt first aid checks just for the sake of getting some experience. And we'll just keep it simple. I don't know if you're like able to do first aid on yourself with or without penalties, but if you want to, or if you want like to take turns attempting to heal somebody. Looks like Stefan is wounded, Yatsik is slightly wounded, and Wladyzlaw is slightly wounded.
Kind of first aid is 7. It's not terrible. I could potentially help someone.
Whoever you don't move towards, I'll move towards. If you start patching yourself up, I'm going to Stefan.
I guess Vlad would look over his own wounds and the wounds of the others and see who needs the most assistance straight ahead. So if he sees that Stefan's looking worse for wear, he'll go help him. So I'll give it a chance. I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
Good luck, me.
All right, so Vlad.
Oh, I killed him.
Oh,
He's dead. He's not even here, and I've killed
Let me
him.
look up what happened.
unbelievable.
How can we
aid.
start with the worst roll possible?
Alright, to the
All right,
skills
let
page.
me,
Oh, I was doing pretty good
Yeah.
until this happened. Now
all right,
I'm,
so it's under injury and health.
now
instead.
I'm killing my teammate, who's not even here to play, so that's fun.
Chapter 11. Boop, boop, boop. Keep going. Major wound, healing rate. Ah, fuck's sake, let me just scroll down. There's like a billion references to Chapter 11. Alright. Here we go. Mortal wounds, taking damage. Cold, deterioration, falling objects, fire and heat, poisoning, suffocation. Come on. First aid, here we fucking go. First aid procedure. Determine who will attempt the first aid roll. Determine which wound they are treating. I think he only has one wound. Attempt an unopposed. Restore hit points, if or not, if the roll is unsuccessful. Alright, result of the first aid. On a fumble, character loses a d3 hit points directly from current hit points. Character's condition has worsened, and the wound is now infested with evil spirits, bleeding anew or otherwise exacerbated.
You're welcome, Josh. Just for you, bud.
Alright. So yeah, which of those options sounds the most nice to you? Let me just see. So his wound was had 9 damage to it. That almost took him to half hit points. I guess I'll redebilitate him, just for the sake of.
Poor guy.
I'm gonna add this wound too.
He's gonna have a hell of a winter
Passing out.
face. That's so funny.
Like, where's the second wound from?
Where's my mirror? I must look at myself.
Yeah. I don't know. Is there like a random table that we can use to determine like, you know, what his original wound was? You got any tables like that, John?
If I do, I don't know them offhand. I know there's some. Does BRP have
Let's
it?
do like a
Maybe? BRP
D6.
might have it. But I mean, if you
Okay.
want to, yeah, we can just simplify it. And roll with it now.
Yeah, let's just do a D6. 6 is gonna be a head wound. 1 is gonna be like leg wound.
Oh, do you want me to
2
roll?
will be arm wound. Yeah, go ahead and roll. Oh yeah, if you don't mind, sir.
Let me curse him with a head wound. Here we go.
Alright, so something about his legs. Maybe he fell off his horse and sprained or maybe even broke his leg with like half 9 hit points. That's a lot.
He did fine
Yeah,
on
he
the race,
broke his
right?
leg, I guess. On the race?
Yeah, when we were Vranyuk.
Oh, the
It was
race?
me and Yatsuk
Yeah,
who were
yeah,
in
he
the
was
back.
pretty close.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Never mind then. I was gonna say maybe that was when it happened. Narratively, that could have made sense, but you know, he did good, so you know, no punishment there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. So, what does Wladyzlaw look like trying to treat this broken leg?
I think. Hang on one second. Okay, I had to ban a bod.
Nice.
How to treat the leg? I think possibly what we could say is reason he did so poorly is just the lack of materials he has to work with. He attempts to wrap it up with whatever cloth he can get. I think he'd be willing to rip some of his clothing or something like that if that's what's necessary,
Mm-hmm.
or something for the horse.
Yeah, and then I imagine like as he goes to stand on it, it holds for a
It's-
little bit, but
yeah.
then the brace just breaks and it hurts even more.
We don't have a sturdy enough
Okay.
piece to fix it. It just, I could see him crumple over and me trying to catch him. It's just not good.
Nice. All right. While Stefan is screaming in pain, Dame Laura, I imagine you would have gone to help Sir Yatsik.
Yeah. As I approach, I'll make sure Julian's
You
eyes
just hear-
close.
Just hear in the background the awful screaming of Stefan.
Yeah. Like I'll make sure that to close Julian's eyes before seeing the Yatsik, because his wound doesn't seem terribly grievous.
Mm-hmm.
And then as we're patching up Yatsik, just compliment him. You did well. Better one than all of them. All of us or all of them. Where's this roll?
Yeah, I'm gonna
that I
refrain
can
from.
fuck?
Nice. On a fail. No improvement. So it's been treated, but. Alright, so what does this look like? Again, you want to roll a d6? Let's see where he's wounded.
E6.
1 his legs, 2 his arms, 6 his
Is it
head, and the
D6,
rest his
right?
body.
Is it bad I don't remember what a D6 looks like?
It's
I
cube.
go to click the picture and I'm like, oh yes, is it the cube, the triangle, or one of the fucking 400 Dagons?
Yeah, so maybe his shoulder is a little stiff or whatever from like his pauldron absorbing one of Julian's blows. And yeah, perhaps in the
massage it?
aftermath of the battle there's some time to take, yeah, takes off his armor and yeah, probably massaging it up. I don't know, do you have another vision for what's going on here?
Of course, if it's not open, yeah, I'll just try to work out the kink in the arm.
You get
Can't
one of
move it
those
the whole way
rolling
around?
pins out, and you're like, I'll get it. I'll get the muscles. All right is
No,
right.
no, just
Oh,
the
God.
hilt of my sword.
Just
really
rolling your
big.
sword up the man.
The hilt of the sword.
And he's just stoically allowing you to do it, but there's no improvement.
A
Well,
man of
I tried.
duty. Admirable.
That's right. Sweet. Well.
So now an
we
NPC can
tried
come
on the
treat
first
me,
date.
right?
We'll leave it to. I kind of want to let. Let's get Rim in the picture somehow. Let's say somehow we encounter Rim on the way back, or Rim. Yeah, we get Rim's character involved.
Mhm.
Rim, do you want to try
I knew
first
she
date on
was sent to
Wladyzlaw?
spy on me.
Hell
I
yeah.
fucking knew you were spying on us.
Oh no! How drunk are you when you do
He's
this?
your chastity belt.
On a scale of 1 to drunk, how first date are you?
Let me get
Watch,
the
she's gonna get
there
like
we
a
go.
critical success and be fully healed. I believe. Also, I should probably see where I got. Yep, see that?
All right, so on a success, on a success, the character regains hit points equal to their healing rate, up to the total value of the healed wound. So the healing rate, I think, for most people is 3. So you gain 3 hit points.
Just 3
And
total?
The wound is considered healed.
The power of Christ compels you.
Thank you. Wait a minute. That's not the flame.
I don't know.
I don't remember how to fix any of this.
How many wounds do you have?
Yeah.
I have one
don't
minor
know, but
wound
I'm gonna
damage,
reduce
7.
it down to 4.
No.
There we go. So it was 7. I changed it to 4. I don't
Gotcha.
know what. What is that F? Like, there's not even a field for.
Yeah, I have no idea. I have touchdown,
F was
wounds,
gonna be for
damage,
first aid.
and football.
Football!
Yeah. Cool. All right. So just to quickly recap what had happened, you all managed to secure the painting, and so that aspect of the
That's where the
adventure was
thing was.
completed.
Just so you need, if you needed it.
Yep. Oh, what was what?
You said D6 for like location.
Oh, your
In
wounds.
case we need to know about it later.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. So arm location. One of your
Makes
arms.
sense.
Something happened to it.
Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
Oh, you're good. You're good. On Ratina, you all probably would have noticed paid Yatsik for his execution of the duties. A bit of a bonus, you might guess. Go ahead and check Valor if it's not already checked, because you engaged in battle against favorable, or like in quite bad odds, outnumbered essentially 2 to 1 or roughly 2 to 1. So you can check your Valor thing for that. I've also added to your character sheets 275 glory for the adventure and 25 glory for melancholy to those of you who became melancholic. And yes, kudos to Hannah for correction. Melancholy doesn't set in until after the event that caused it, so you don't take the -5s until like the next scene. Essentially, it sounds like.
That kind of makes sense because I feel like you would push that out of your mind for combat if you're doing that kind of thing. Deal with your pressing issues, and then you get depressed.
Yeah, you get
Yeah.
to stop.
Yeah.
Like looking at the bodies, thinking about things. You're like, God damn it. There was no
Kick a
who
can down
got
the
depressed?
I think it was just him.
I think it was Stefan and Laura.
Oh, was it Stefan as well?
Stefan also got. Yeah.
Oh man, he is the whipping boy
That
for
was
this one.
me.
It's so bad. I feel bad.
Yeah, he fumbled it even. I think he didn't just fail; he fumbled it. His passion test.
I don't know where you put it because
But
I
anyway.
don't see it as an event.
Oh, don't worry about it. Oh,
Oh, great.
actually,
worry about
sorry. I hear you. So events, yeah, you would just plus. I didn't add it. I just have a note for it.
Shall I?
Yeah, under events, you can do a plus sign. Yeah, go for it. So tell us, after you've added it, what is... Oh, first of all, I think we have to roll like a d6 or something. I've got to go back to the melancholy section. But like to kind of figure out... We can roll to see how long it lasts. Do you remember which passion you called on?
It's my chivalry.
Yeah.
What's the? How high is that score?
15.
Okay, so you were melancholic for a single day. So, I don't know. To get us into Laura's head, what did she maybe do in that time, or what was she thinking about?
So like during during the after our clashes and like watching the duel, there's going to be that moment. It's sinking in. I may have spouted off about protecting the weak and all that, but that was just anger. That was pure, raw anger, and I let it cloud my mind. And now things have gotten worse. And she's kicking herself for it. And even worse, after the death blow is struck, she can't help but, look at her, new friend, in quotation marks, who has lost her ex. Just... Unfortunately,
Oh, Adela.
like, caught in like I have failed in every way, both to see to their happiness, actually protect them.
Sweet.
Yeah, you did kind of
Love
screw it
it.
up. That's true.
Well, that's gonna
There
eat at me until I
is-
go to bed.
Yeah, there is a mechanism for curing it, if we want to explore that. And that's going to be cured of melancholy by intervention in one of two ways. The friendly cure. A friendly intervention requires anyone for whom the victim has a love, loyalty, or adoration passion, or someone who holds one of those passions for the character. So that doesn't... I don't think that fits anybody here.
Nope.
Just yet. If the would-be healer succeeds and rolls
Yeah.
higher than the... Yeah. More to come. More to come. Unfriendly cure. An unfriendly cure occurs in one of two ways. First, when someone attacks the melancholic knight, they snap out of it in time to defend themselves, whereupon combat occurs until the attacker flees or dies. Second, when a friendly cure fails, the melancholic knight snaps out of it and attacks whoever failed the attempt. Ooh! The knight is opposed by another knight. Combat is with arms. If it's a monk or a lady, the verbal assault, or with fists, or a slap. Jeez. This is pretty...
I mean, sometimes you just need to fucking hit somebody, and then the things are settled.
So true, bestie.
Yeah.
So true.
Hey, you look
Okay.
really injured, Stefan.
Snap out of it, you little bitch.
Guys, the wood's beginning to smell like almonds.
Ooh. So, the reason why I said not yet is I was thinking that now that the 3, 4, we can maybe even loop in Lyria, of you have endured a trial and tribulation, it is possible for you to gain a passion loyalty to your companions, if you would like to get that passion. And it starts at 1d6 plus 6.
Ooh.
Would anybody
A
like
Delta
that?
Green Bond.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about it. Hold on. Did I enjoy this mission? I think I did.
May I be cruel?
No.
In what way? Tell me more.
Laura feels
Tell
like
me
she
more.
did too much on this whole fucking mission. Nah. If they
Oh,
built-
carry the
if they
team
built
if you
a
don't want it?
loyalty- If they built a loyalty, so be it, but like... I don't feel like a team. Maybe. Maybe.
That makes
Beyonce.
sense.
He actually stepped up when the time came.
So your choice. I think I've only got like Loyalty King in here. Let me see if I can just duplicate.
Aren't we limited in the amount that we can have in each
Loyalty.
one?
You are limited by the total number of points that can be in each category.
Yeah.
So yeah, within Fidelitas, you can only have 40 points.
Oh, is that what it'd be? Loyalty's under that? Oh crap.
Mm-hmm.
Your fidelity.
You know what? I'll do it. I'll get a little Fidelitas.
You'll do it.
Yeah.
All right.
How,
I think
how
I
the
dropped it
hell-
in your passion.
Oh right, I have to do it from the thing. It's in here somewhere. It's considered
where's
passion, right? Fidelitas.
So is
Mhm.
it just like specific people or to your team as a whole?
The team is at least the way that it's generally, I think, done. I don't.
1d6 plus 6?
Yeah, like. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If we split it into multiple people, then it's like, yeah, you're spreading your passions kind of wide. All right, I got you, bro.
Companions. Oh, I can do it.
Getting value
Whoops,
is
not
eight.
98. That's wrong.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So cool. Don't let me forget that, or to mention that to Josh and Carl. They can have that.
I
opportunity
will
as well.
remember when I look at my.
And then
potions.
Yatsik.
Yeah.
So that's glory for melancholy and all that stuff, and then Yatsik got an additional glory for defeating Julian in one-on-one combat. Is there anything else that your character would like to do before they go their separate ways for the remainder of the year? Sounded like maybe Laura wanted to go see this Barber of Kavir performance.
I will
Maybe,
be definitely going to see the play and to I'd love to see the play and then speak with her briefly afterwards.
I hope you have to roll loyalty
Sure.
companions for her, and you fail it because you don't have any.
I'm sorry, is she in our companion group?
Well, maybe she's like, where are your friends? Roll loyalty companions.
The bushes.
No, they're not. She'll look and then she'll know you're a liar.
I am a liar. What are you talking about?
That's true. That's true. You're just being in character.
I'll partake in the arts. Try to purchase maybe like a rose. And provide a like the of mana or an aura. Let her know that things shouldn't come down on your friend. Though if things start to look bad, you can always send them to the address on the rose. Or perhaps if you're ever in the region, the house would be quite happy to have such a lovely guest.
I can't remember what voice we gave Irina. I think we just did a normal Drew voice, probably.
I don't
I think
remember.
he started off Irish and then we went Drew. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll
probably.
just stick with Drew. I mean, I guess riddle me this: what is Laura wanting to do or hoping to accomplish? Is she? I think you already flirted, right?
Oh yeah.
I did. Listen,
Yeah.
if there's a
Was that a
chance
pass
of
or fail?
courtship, it passed.
Yeah, she did good.
Okay.
And she was all like,
Gotcha.
"I hope you come see
Yeah,
the,
then no
the-
need
the
to-
play or whatever." You know.
Yeah. Okay, I think what we'll do, like unless you have something that you explicitly want, you can go ahead and check for improvement your passion that you developed for her, your adoration.
Hooray!
Yeah, you nurtured your bond. It's a lot easier than in Delta Green.
Listen, if there's a chance of courting this bitch, she's taking. She's the only person hotter than me in this
There-
fucking, in this fucking country.
In this world.
Yeah. So you will be able to like have a chance. You know that like some complications that might arise. Again, you've got to kind of like get Ike's permission to marry somebody. and that might be tough. You man, prove, but yeah, at least in terms of the developing of the relationship with her, it's going swimmingly.
And if we're lucky, the
Sweet.
kid's a fuck up and gets sent my way. Lucky, in quotation marks.
All right. Very good. Very good. Is there anything that Vlad would like to do before packing up shop?
Hmm. I don't think so. I don't think anything happened of note that he would have needed to feel like he's got like any threads to tie up, so to speak. I wanted to
Yep.
apologize to Yost, which I did at the end of that scene, so that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's really the only thing I could think of that I wanted to like tie off.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
God.
Cool. Cool. Cool.
I, Hey, whatever happened with that guy's sketches?
The artist?
Yeah?
Our weeb.
I don't know.
I'll have to swing back by another year.
Would
and
you
see
like
if,
to know? I don't know.
Would you like to know more? Click
I'll-
here.
I'll- He amuses me. Perhaps I'll come back for a portrait when I'm wealthy.
You are wealthy, technically.
When I'm actually wealthy.
Yeah, you probably can't afford a portrait currently. You can't afford his prices.
Sorry for the grip it.
But he maybe
Maybe you
Eh,
enjoyed that. I don't.
might be willing to work out something. But yeah, okay, cool.
What a lovely
Good-
night of
good to
drinks
know.
among friends. It sounds wonderful.
All right.
Mhm.
So let's transition to winter. The fires of summer eventually calm, giving way to the harvest before yielding to the first snows of winter. And we have a little scene to get us to. Oh, how do I? There we go.
Loaning winter.
It will take. Yes.
Ah, the manor. 'Tis beautiful, the manor.
Indeed.
Snow covers all the swamp. Can't even see it anymore.
Yeah, so I was thinking, a couple of you, or some of you know, I was trying to like generate some images for your different manners. I kind of abandoned that thought, but if you want to come up with an image for your individual manners, I'll use that as like scene things, and then we can track like your individual manner improvements when you eventually build stuff on them. Like each of you will have a separate scene that corresponds to your manner. But for now, we just have generic pictures.
Okay with that.
So, all right. So this is going to be
Oh,
pretty
step
procedural.
4? Already? That's halfway
Oh.
through. That's so soon.
The first step, which is not on there because it's generally not going to be a thing, is attending court. And this is going to be something that Lyria is going to do basically because she didn't participate or didn't get to participate in the adventure this time around. So she's going to get to basically just make a set of checks that relates to what she was up to in the previous time, which was being involved in Sir Ike's court.
Dealing
So
with the
Lyria,
peasants.
if you're ready to make a bunch of dice rolls, I will just copy and paste the list in general for our little Witcher Pendragon thing. So that's going to be the set to roll, and then if something is already checked, you should skip it. And then once you've rolled through those, just let us know when you're done.
Let's...
And then while she's doing that, we can start to skip ahead a little bit maybe and start talking about your economic circumstances. We'll do the experience rolls in a second. I just want to wait for her to get all of her checks done
Sure.
before we do the
Continue on with
improvement
the court stuff. Yeah.
rolls. Yeah.
Does experience only come
So
before the court
economic
stuff?
condition and standard. Yeah. So
Okay.
she's getting experience potentially from these rolls.
Okay.
And then, then we'll do the improvement checks. So, economic condition and standard of living. So, this is where you make your major income from the year, which is handled with like a bunch of dice rolls behind the scenes. And then you have to choose, like after you have all your money, your harvest is collected. Then you have to decide what standard of living you want to pay out for, basically. Pay all your expenses for the rest of the year. So, who wants to find out how their manor did first?
I'll do it, Paul.
How do
I'll
I
get the
roll
shotgun and take it
hospitality?
behind the barn. How do you roll what?
So for any of the passions, you just have to roll them a regular d20. Like for whatever reason, I haven't figured out how to make it
Oh.
roll within like the character sheet.
Yeah, it's funky.
Yes. So any passion, just that looks like it's probably a pass, maybe. So if you pass, just check it manually.
Okay. That should be it for me. I have failed all of it that wasn't already checked.
All
You know,
right. Well,
John-
cool. Which one?
John got my lucky healing today.
what about your honor or your skills?
Do I do honor too?
If they're checked, yeah.
Yep. Honor and 3 courtly skills.
Your passions can go up. Your traits can go up.
Mhm.
Were you rolling to fail or rolling to pass?
Rolling
Actually,
to
Rolling
check
to
them.
pass.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't actually know. So
Yeah. So
Unbelievable.
in the course of play, you're rolling to pass, and then after you've passed and you're doing the improvement rolls, then you want to fail. So again, it becomes harder to improve the higher your skill is. Like it's easier to check, but harder to bump up. Okay. So I'm going to now start the winter phase thingy.
The courtly skills is like dancing and stuff like that, right?
depends on which court
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
I will dance upon the
Yeah,
law.
there's a list of them in the. There's a list of courtly skills in the book, but you can probably guess what they are. It would be stuff like compose, orate, play instrument, dance.
Does it have them
that
listed
kinda
in a
stuff.
category? I can look that up if that's.
It does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we are.
I just
Yes!
don't wanna. I don't wanna look it up.
Did you finally pass
Ooh,
one?
Lyria had been practicing. She critted dancing.
Hooray!
Oh, if you crit, what does that give you?
The drunkenness work.
This is laughable. Did you really go to court to drink and dance and play all summer long?
Listen, I may be a spiritual person, but Ike sees me as a jester.
I'll write it. I'll put it down in general.
Alright, that is all of it now.
Okay, cool. So let me just.
Those are the.
check. I'm gonna drag
oh,
people
that
back.
got real funky. Let me fix that.
Alright, so I'm just curious. Yeah, so on the left-hand side of your character sheet, there should be a winter thing now. Like a winter tab. And you want to click on the thing that says experience rolls.
Oh, we gotta experience the role.
Yes. Whoa, there's all this. Oh shit! It automates the whole thing. Like every section. That's sick.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's
Oh, I did a lot.
see what happened.
Yo, my dancing improved heavily.
I'm seeing a lot of no improvements here. That makes me very sad.
I did so much this year and nothing improved.
Oh my god, look at my hunting and religion.
Merciful, modest, world.
Oh dang.
So that hunting trip we
Right.
did, you guys, I went from a 5 to a master.
Damn. Awareness went up. Hell yeah.
I don't
Alright,
wear
cool.
this one up.
So there will be more. There will be more advancing later in the thingies. But yeah. Any of the things that went up that you're happy about, or that were
Oh,
notable?
intrigue. Let's go. Intrigue, hunting, recognize, horsemanship, first aid, dancing, compose, awareness, all important stats.
Dang. Yeah, lots of
sorry.
improvements there.
Vlad,
I'm
the king of the beans was really killing it this year.
Yeah.
I'm proud dancing, hunting, and religion.
Your sword went up though. That's
Nice.
sick. I didn't even get to
I-
use my sword. Wait, I did use my
That's-
sword. Didn't I?
Awareness
You did
went
use
up.
your
I'm
sword.
happy. Yeah, you did.
And I killed a guy.
Oh,
Should I have checked it? Or did I roll?
did you even
Yeah,
hit?
it should have been checked.
Yeah, I killed the dude.
Yeah. I don't see
technically,
it
I
in the
knocked him off his
list,
horse.
so we can
Yeah.
just. Yeah, we can manually do it. So just roll a d20, and if it's higher than your
Sword. This is the
yeah,
one you
then
want to
we'll roll
fail,
a higher
right?
one.
Because it's like
Correct.
that's an improvement.
Hey.
Let's go.
The one time my shit rolls are real good.
All right, I think I might have to.
You do
like, a
whatever
little
you gotta
fancy
do.
work to make that. Yeah.
That is weird because I was like, I know I used my sword. I know I had a fight with that guy, and I succeeded because I took him out.
And I'm just gonna. There we go.
Thank you.
Cool. So your sword's now 11. Alrighty. Then, so yeah, now on to the economic situation. So Vlad, we're gonna have a. What? I was gonna say. So Edgar is your steward, and when he reports to you, he's got some bad news for you.
Of course.
The harvest was quite bad this year.
Yep, we live in a swamp. I understand.
Out of out of a normal 10 libra worth of, or 10 florins, 10 of the big monies
big boys.
that is normally produced. Yep,
Mhm.
only produced 5.
All right, my hands, my face is in my hands. All right.
Yep. So go ahead and add that to your income.
Can
And
tell me
you
how?
also get a stewardship. In your character sheet, the money thing should be able to just.
Stats?
Stat?
Bio?
It's at the top, isn't it? Money.
Can I
Upper
just?
right.
Oh, you can just click it.
Older?
I can just click it. Okay. I didn't
Yep.
expect it would just let me
You
click
can
it.
just click into it. And...
All right, well, we're up to 6. All right, thank
Yeah.
you. Sorry about that. Continue.
That's fine. You also get like a steward industry role. So like maybe this is Edgar, whatever kind of industry that your thing has. Maybe they sew pelts together and sell that shit. I don't know.
Furs and stuff.
But that also failed.
Okay.
Yeah. So no additional income from that. And he also reports to you that some of the villagers have left.
Left.
And yes, some of the villagers have left. They weren't quite happy with the way things were going, and yeah, they just left. And now you have some bandits that have are on your lands.
Good. Swamp bandits.
Yes. Yes, some unhappy villagers have left and become bandits. Taking
The mist will
banditry.
take them.
Yes. All right. that's your economic condition. If you want to look up in the core rulebook for the winter phase, there's a table that has the standard of living stuff. If you want to pull that up, that'll be helpful. But I'm gonna skip ahead now to
To better
wants
people
next?
with better results. Thank you.
who wants next.
Shall I suffer? Where's Uncle Robert? How have things been this year?
My name's Daryl, ma'am.
Known you
But,
since I was 6, Uncle Robert. She's teasing.
Yeah.
How have you been? Haven't seen you since the night out at the tavern a couple weeks back.
Oh, things have been quite bad, my lady.
Oh. Oh well, she'll
Folk are talking.
actually stretch out and sit down. How bad
Yeah.
are we talking?
So you also had a bad harvest. 5 florins were harvested from the fields. Your steward, Uncle Robert, did have a successful industry score, so whatever, minor industry that you have available on your lands, you get an additional libra from that. So you have 6 libra from everything that was gained. And no bandits. No bandits still. That's the bright side.
As long as the people are happy, that's what really matters.
At that, he just nods. And then last but not least, we'll kick to Lyria. Gavel is what I had named your steward. And your lands, for whatever reason, had a good harvest. You gained 15 florins, and Gavel was also successful in whatever industry he was up to, so you have 16 total. So now with the incomes handled, you have to pay for a couple of things. So first thing is maintenance, which is any soldiers and servants that you have. That's going to be 3 florins right off the bat that you're going to have to take away from the total. That's like a non-negotiable. Now the thing that is negotiable is your standard of living. The normal standard of living for you and your family is 6 florins. If you want a rich standard of living, it's 9 florins, and if you want a superlative standard of living, that's 12 florins. So some of you can't afford an ordinary standard of living currently. So in that case, you can choose a poor standard of living. I guess I should have looked at what that was. Or Vlad should have that table up. It's got several columns to it. You're looking for the one that's has knight, squire, and household or family or whatever. If that makes sense. But you can attempt to borrow money by calling in favors. Now, mechanically, nobody has earned a favor from anybody else yet, but we can go into debt, so to speak. That's one option to avoid going into impoverished or less than normal standard of living. Just there's a lot of things that happen if you are impoverished, but it's a lot like you can imagine. Your horse is going to be harder to survive. It's going to have poorer performance throughout the year. Your other family members are going to be harder to survive if we were rolling for their survival. All that kind of stuff. It can... Your family. Your family that you have. Like your brother Claude. But Claude's taken
He's
care
not
of.
here.
Yeah, but you have cousins and aunts and uncles that depend on you as the head of the family. So yeah, those are kind of the tough decisions. You can go into debt, or you can live like a frugal existence for a year and hope to do better next time. Do we have any inclination? Oh, and
So-
also status can drop from living too poor.
So of what we have, 3 is just paid out right now, before anything.
Yup. Before you get to choose your standard of living. There it is. Alright, so if you want to live poor, you can pay a minimum of 3 florins. I mean, impoverished is super bad. I will say you don't want to.
Damn, even being poor costs too much for some people.
Yeah. So, yeah, what are people thinking with this tough situation that they're in, or this bountiful place that they're in if their name is Lyria?
Lyria is like, I know this won't always happen. We had a good harvest. We gotta live normal beam.
Yeah, so you're gonna choose the normal standard of living
Mm-hmm.
for yourself. All right. So you can subtract 6 from the 16, so you should be at plus 10. So maybe that's 11 total, because I think everybody started with 1. I did the math
it-
right?
Mm-hmm.
Possible for
Yeah.
me to, is it possible for me to like make a lovely visit over to Lyria's land?
Yes, you
Things have been
absolutely
hard.
can.
Been hard on our estate, keeping up with the demands of our lord and the upkeep of our darling peoples. There's quite enough to run my estate. Possible to borrow the florins of you. I will make good on this. I promise you.
How much you are asking for?
For two florins, we can at least see to household is maintained. Otherwise, I will personally shoulder that we would have nothing else left. What everybody else is scared for.
Said only 2?
I need 6, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or it says 6? Yeah, so I'd need 2 more.
6 for normal lifestyle, yeah.
I will give you the 2.
Hey, so
Ooh.
I'm flat
So
broke.
riddle me this. Lyria, if you want to just give it to her, I'll let you check generous. But what's more normal is that you will loan her the 2, and she will owe you a 2 florin favor at some point down the road when you call it in.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, I
Okay.
know that the 2 of us are both deceitful, suspicious bitches. So
I was gonna say I'll give you the
Okay.
2, but you'll owe me at some point.
as if I
Yeah.
don't already owe
So I
you
don't know
enough.
if I don't know if there's a good place to put this, but just note somewhere that she owes you a 2 florin favor. in the game lore, whatever mechanics, it's denoted as a 2F instead of a 2L. So yeah, it's like sometimes NPCs will owe you favors, and that's usually how it's kind of mechanicked out. Is what is the floor and value of it, of the favor? Cool, cool. Vlad, over in the edges of Velen. Does he reach out for any favors?
I think
Oh,
he
you
said
go.
BRB, yeah.
Okay.
He's drowning.
In that
He's
case,
under the ice in the swamp.
we'll circle back to him. Aging, so everybody's age goes up by a year. Oh, but that'll happen automatically, so don't worry about that. Yeah, don't worry about it. I think when I close the winter phase, it will increase everybody's age. But we'll see. The next thing that happens is any squires or maidens in waiting, their age goes up by 1, and then you attempt to increase their skills. So the way that works is kind of essentially the same as improvements for you all. If you want to, under your squires, do a squire skill test. How do you do that, though? Good question. Oops, I just did one for Yatsik, I think. Yeah, you just click on squire, click on their name.
There's
Nice. So I think on this... Yep. So again, you need to fail in order to improve it.
How bad's a critical success?
It does nothing, unfortunately. So they stay at the same skill. And then your stewards can also attempt skill tests to improve. If their skill is under 15, so before you roll, if their skill is under 15, it automatically goes +1. They don't need to roll. If it's a skill of 15 to a 20, it only increases on a roll of 16 to 20. Or sorry, 15 to 19. And then on a 20, it only goes up if you roll a 20.
Wait,
So yeah, I think from
15 down.
Okay,
it just
so
auto passes.
Yep. So each of you should have followers. And then yeah, their industry score if it's under 15 goes up by 1, and their stewardship score if it's under 15 goes up by 1.
I can't change.
I think that's everybody's. Okay.
I can't change uncles.
I can probably do it then. Oops. I can do that later. Daryl, well, I'll just do it right now. Oops. If you double click the lock icon, if that's something that you can do, that will then let you change the values, or at least that's letting me change the values.
I tried it, but I'm assuming I don't have control over the thing. I can't change any of the reds.
That's
or
possible. Yeah. Alright, I'm almost done with everybody's, I think. 14, 10. Alright. Cool. Yep.
Very cool.
Alright. And then... Okay, so Vlad is back.
Yes, sir.
Vlad, what do you want to do about your poverty? Do you want to borrow some money from somebody?
Oh God. Is this something I have to pay back in with interest, or?
It could be anything. It could even be a boat.
Game-wise, it's normally done just even trade.
But that
All right,
doesn't mean it'll
then-
come at a good time.
Then
Yeah.
I guess I need to if I'm. This is my character or my people. In terms
Your
of
whole
poverty.
Bit of both. It's your character and your family. Yeah, your household.
And then if it's for my
Including his
family,
wife.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
He will.
Okay.
He will
So who do you
borrow.
want to borrow from? You could borrow from the merchant guy. That's your father's associate, or you could borrow from Lyria. She's pretty rich.
Damn.
Speaking of which, I do have to roll 1d2 minus 1.
And for what?
I
Yes, to see if.
think I would probably. Oh man, that's rough. Because I think he has quite a lot of respect for the merchant for probably the stuff he's done for his family, so he would be a little hesitant to go to him. But I think he feels like he would help us though, in that sense. He would lend money. And Lyria, I guess, falls under his new loyalty companions. I mean, he would feel guilty asking for money from her. So,
Unlike some
okay.
people.
who asked for?
Oh, did you hear a bird tweeting?
Oh, huh. I think he's gonna ask the merchant. I think he's gonna ask the merchant because that's an important enough thing that the merchant would know he would be serious about paying him back to ask him a favor like this. That he's taking it seriously. If that makes sense.
Gotcha. And I believe we gave him a name. His name is Garen Roke. Just Garen.
I don't remember that.
And,
That's cool. Cool name. I approve.
Oh, he's gonna
Yeah.
shout Demacia at you.
Karen.
So yeah, you make a trip to Novigrad at some point, and he loans you the money. How much money are you borrowing?
How much do I need? Is there like a set level that I need to?
So you need. So 3 gets paid outright, and then if you want a normal lifestyle, you have to pay 6 out. In addition to that.
So 9 total?
Yup.
Oh,
Yup. Now you can bump it down a level to what was it called? Poor. And if you're poor, you only have to pay out 3 in addition to the original 3. But then there's other downsides to that, which aren't pleasant.
I think we're gonna need to borrow. Let me ask you a good question. How much does it cost to buy a new horse that's a charger? But we're thinking ahead here,
I
you
want
know?
to say those are like, yeah, those are like 20 florins.
Okay, never mind. I can't borrow that much.
Yeah, you might not wanna lose that horse.
What I'm thinking is maybe borrow
Smartest
6. Because I currently have 6, so that would put me at 12. 9 would put me at normal with 3 left over for other potential expenses that hopefully aren't that crazy.
Okay. Cool. So you're borrowing 6?
6.
All right. Or at least attempting to borrow 6. 6 is a
Yes.
pretty hefty sum. Do we wanna? No, we'll leave it at this. He'll loan you the money, but this is kind of like an amount of money that kind of strains the relationship between the two families. To where like, if there was anything, like now y'all are even, kind of.
Gotcha.
You still have to pay him back, but like.
Well, obviously, yes.
Yeah, this is a bit of a.
But he's
yeah.
like, he's taking on the hardship
Yeah.
now to pay back his duties to my family, basically.
Yeah.
I understand.
All right. Cool.
So that puts
Very
me at
good.
12, which puts me at 3.
Right. So we did the square and maiden thing. Everybody should have improved there, and skill improvements for them. That is done. Now we are at horse survival.
Did you already roll for me on those things I
So-
was AFK for?
Probably. The squire improvement stuff, there's no roll for. Or squire, yes, but other people know. So if you haven't done the squire test, go ahead and click your squire. Click on their name.
Click on Valdemar.
And it will roll a squire test. Okay, so success does nothing for you.
Okay.
He stays at a skill of 15.
Gotcha.
Horse survival. So first, let's test horsemanship to see if there's a modifier to the roll.
Oh, thank God I upped my horsemanship.
Actually, yeah. I've gotta get to this table now.
Yeah, take your time. Take your time. I'm not looking forward to this roll. Wish me luck,
All right,
Chad.
but yeah, so go ahead and roll horsemanship just to see if there's a modifier to
Please.
the next roll that's gonna
I'm
happen.
begging you, please. Yes!
Since Vlad's is pretty interesting, let's just kind of do Vlad's horse survival all at once.
Piotr,
So you just
please.
rolled, what did you get?
I got a 5.
Success, failure,
success.
whatever.
Yeah, success. Regular success.
Alright, so if you succeed, horse care, then there's no modifiers.
Oh.
So now you're just gonna roll a flat d20,
Even with the weekend too?
and it's gonna be. Go ahead and roll d20 minus 2.
If I put it in as 1d20 minus 2, will that calculate correctly?
It sounds like it should. Alright. Hope it does.
If that
If you want to test it, do like. I don't know, what did you roll?
I rolled the 2.
Okay. Roll horsemanship again,
Alright.
and then we'll see what happens.
Should I be checking horsemanship for rolling that, by the way? Because it checked it for me while I was during the winter phase.
Yeah, that's fine.
It'll be for the
Yeah,
next
that's
phase, though, I assume. I failed.
Yep. Alright, on a critical, on a failure, double the weakened penalties and reduce its charge damage by. Alright, so now it's going to be.
4 week.
Yeah, it's going to be weakened 4. And it will reduce its charge damage by a d6. So, what was horse? Piotr is struggling. He's a hardy horse and he recovers quickly, but now he tires so much quicker as well. But he survived. He survived.
That's right. He lives by our
Alright.
motto. We tread where others drown.
Alright, cool. Who's next?
Not me.
We go,
Is it me?
yeah, you can go.
What are we rolling here?
Alright, roll a horsemanship test first.
Love my horse. Oh, it floated a 20 for a second there.
What was the result?
A success. A success.
16.
A success? Alright, so no modifier. Go ahead and roll just a flat d20 now.
Don't roll low. I guess.
Yeah, you don't want to roll low.
Oh, you rolled exactly what I rolled, by the way. Welcome to my
2.
hell. Actually, I rolled a
Ooh,
0.
okay, roll another horsemanship test.
Why? Can I not do that?
Wait, 0?
No,
Did
mine
you
was
roll a 0?
mine was 2 minus
Okay.
2. So I don't know how that works.
Well, so it was a 4 on the dice, and then minus 2.
Oh, was it? Oh yeah, you're correct. You're correct.
I succeed.
Okay. On a success,
Oh, you suck.
the horse is weakened. So just note down it's like weakened 1 now. has -2 movement rate and loses a d6 of its total hit points.
Oh, that's bad.
Winter's all bad.
My sword went up.
Yeah, what
from
was
the
your horse's
spring.
name again?
Kindling.
Kindling.
Oh, we're
Poor
screwed.
Kindling.
Chat.
Kindling's getting older.
It's getting bad.
And then last but not least, we have Lyria.
Watch, Lyria's the
Lyria's
only
horse.
one who's gonna get all nat crits. A fail on the start is not good.
All right, is that a failed horsemanship roll?
Yeah.
Yo.
All right. So this is going to be a d20 -1.
I'm glad I didn't fail. Ooh.
What's the result?
16.
Okay, the horse is fine.
Oh, you suck.
What's your horse's name?
Hans.
Hans?
Hans.
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 Hans the horse.
Peter the Hans is here.
Hans is doing great.
Looks like
All
one
right,
horse got away
now
unscathed.
we do the training and practice.
Okay.
So, is there a button that does that says that on your winter tab? Yeah, training. So those are kind of like your options. You can add a single point to a trait, you can raise or lower a passion by 1, add a single point to a characteristic, or a skill of 15 or more, or you can spread your training across skills as long as they're under 15. So kind of like at character creation, how we had those steps, this is mimicking that.
Oh.
You get to do this once a year.
I want to spread the training across some skills, I think. Ooh, okay, cool.
This one's not we can remember.
Ooh, I like that you can click it and it tells you what you want to spread it across.
Yes, I like that too. Did you do the skills as well?
Yes.
And it's like, bam, here's a list of all your skills. Put them in there.
Nice.
I don't know what I want.
Cool, yeah, you get 6 points, I think, to distribute.
Yeah, 0 of 6 distributed currently. Um. What else do I wish was higher? Okay.
All right. What did Vlad train during the winter?
Flirt and orate.
Ooh, how did he how did he train that? Who was he hitting on?
I think he is spending time.
Or was he reading books?
Yeah, I could see that. I could see books, but I could also see him like spending more time like chatting up the ladies in the manor. More like a practice thing.
Okay.
And maybe I think the books would be more for the oration part. Actually, he wants to see how to do like storytelling better, to understand it better.
Yeah. Actually, I probably got to backtrack. I don't know how well you'd be reading books.
I'm literacy
And,
too.
Yeah, you ain't reading books.
That's fair. That's fair.
You're practicing your alphabet still.
I could also be like practicing stories that are told down by the family. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So you're like
Legends of the
just
the
doing
mists in the
the
swamp.
oral side
and
of
all that.
practice.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah, telling them to the mirror. Or well, I don't know if mirrors, but yeah, maybe.
Making my squire listen
telling
to
it to
me.
the swamp water. Yeah.
Waldemar,
That's right.
a story to tell you. I've heard this from
Yeah, it's
my
not
lord.
one.
Will you hear it again?
Nice. What did so Lyria also train some skills? What did she train over this winter?
Well, she took her horse, her spear in hand, and sadly the training went bad, so she had to learn some first aid while doing it.
That makes a lot of sense.
Hands-on first aid practice.
So yeah, horsemanship, spear, and first aid.
Nice. Nice. And then, last but not least, is Laura. What did she do for the winter?
You say that, Fua, but fashion is actually really important, and so is appearance.
She's spent some of her time
Because a
practicing
lot
the
of it-
sword
Oh.
to bring it more in line with her compatriots.
I'll type it to you.
Does a literacy of 5 mean that I can like read through like playwright shit?
Probably more like children books.
Okay, I wanted to learn how to speak better. I don't know, like, what,
Orate.
how do you learn to speak
mean, time-
better? Orate. When you're,
Some time spent with Irina, or going to the play. Maybe taking some notes. You went there several times.
You know I fucking did. If I could afford it, I'm broke!
I mean, you can afford it. Your landsfolk maybe can't.
I can't spend the landsfolk money.
Yeah,
Quickly
you'd be
enough.
pretty broke. So yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I thought I had an idea with the going to the play. Maybe you went to the play, but you just didn't like go into the seating. You were like outside of the play.
I'm
listening from
in
afar.
her fucking dressing room, like listening to them speak from behind the wall.
Licking the wall.
and-
Oh.
1 point to get intrigue to 15.
Nice.
So I don't know.
You are a liar.
Probably listening to the gossip a lot. Yeah, I am a liar. What do you mean?
I didn't know your
She's
intrigue
sus-
was that
she's
high.
a-
That's crazy.
I'm a suspicious, deceitful woman. So like, I don't trust nobody outright. Like while I was in the city, I was just like at that gambler's den, like fucking in a corner, just listening. Hear the rumors, figure out what's going on.
Nice.
So sword and
Alright.
intrigue to 15, orate to 12.
Cool. Very cool. Becoming quite the accomplished knights. So that concludes the training and practice. Glory will tally itself at the end of the winter phase thingy. Prestige awards. So you may have to scroll down, or page down, like in your thing to be able to see it. But you'll see a section that's called prestige rewards, and there's like more options you can choose from. So this happens every 1,000 glory that your character passes. So each of you, I think, should have 2 of these prestige rewards to spend. Now hold off on spending them, probably, because you can also spend them on some things beyond that as well. Like you'll see it says can also be used during family rolls. So we're going to do the family rolls first. And then you can spend your stuff. So the family roll thing is essentially just going to be if you want to seek a suitor, somebody to marry. That's the rolls that we're gonna make here. So is anybody interested in playing the field a little bit? Seeing what their marriage prospects look like.
I don't think Shrek has any marriage prospects right now.
Negative.
So I mean, like, this is how you would attain one.
Oh.
So yeah. So Shrek would probably want to do this. I think everybody probably wants to do
Shrek
this.
definitely wants to do this.
You want to play the field.
Yeah.
Alright, let's start with Shrek then. So first you need to test your homage lord
That's a passion.
and let me know what the result
Homage
is.
von Everick, right?
Yeah.
Oh, right. It
Yep.
does not. It does not roll. I have to roll my own.
Yeah.
It's a success.
Okay.
550.
So yeah, basically you need to succeed, and this represents like getting your lord's permission to potentially
marry.
marry somebody.
Hmm.
All right. So now I need to roll courtesy.
Courtesy.
Oh shit! I need to
Oh no, did I not?
pull up a table as well.
Courtesy. Just regular, no stats.
Where? Yeah, just regular courtesy.
That's a success, baby. So courteous.
All right.
He's so horny and courteous.
I need to find. Where are you?
The supreme irony
Oh.
when my liege lord is like, "Ah, yes, I have just the person for you. Her name is Clara. I think you met her at the court."
All right, this is gonna take me a minute. I've got to like boot and find where this table is.
Is it in Game Masters?
But
or
we'll nah, it's
Core?
a separate resource.
Oh, gotcha.
It won't be in any of the books. So I'm gonna note down for now. Vlad got +1 courtesy and then +2 for your glory. So we're gonna roll on a table and basically see how good your prospect is. You know, maybe there's somebody that's pretty rich, maybe there's somebody that's pretty poor. Who knows?
Yep.
Does anybody else want to play the field? Yeah.
That'd be wild.
If it's arena.
Nah, I don't think you want to play the field if you're pursuing someone on your own. I'm more like,
Yeah.
please help me. I can't flirt with this shit.
My lord, please point me at a fine lady.
Make her wed me, because I cannot do so myself.
Welcome to arranged marriages.
Right.
Please, my lord, I need a dowry.
Yeah.
I must have an heir, my lord.
Yeah. I mean, this is true. Alright, so Laura sounds like she's holding out for Arena. What about Lyria?
Yep, I guess we rolling.
Hell yeah.
Alright.
Somebody might find somebody to arrange to the crazy, the crazy religious.
Crazy
nut.
drunkard who's incredibly rich.
Alright, so then yeah, roll Homage Lord.
Damn, this song slaps. It's a little
See
too
if that
serious for the
passes.
winter phase, though. This is like a battle song. Oh.
Negatory.
Ooh. So yeah, Ike turns you down for whatever reason. He sees kind of this religious greatness perhaps in you and thinks that you would be wasted on marriage at this point. You have your whole life ahead of you, basically.
You'd be such a good nun, you know?
So yeah, hard no from Ike.
You know what they say? A mime is a terrible thing to waste.
That's right.
Damn.
Okay. Alright, I've got it. John, go ahead and roll me a d20.
Yes,
Tell me
sir.
what the result is.
Tell me this. What's better? Lower or higher?
It's a secret.
Because I rolled the lowest possible number, baby. Let's go. 1. So that's
You rolled
probably
a
bad.
1?
Oh
That's
my
probably
God!
bad.
Okay.
So I got +2 +1, so I guess that's 4?
Oh
Technically.
wow. Yep. So roll me 3d6.
Oh, Jesus. We're in battle. 12.
Oh shit. All right. So this person, we'll have to think of who this is, but they are a wealthy commoner,
Oh?
and so I mean their status is they're a commoner. They're essentially a peasant, but they've got a lot of money, so they must be involved in, you know,
Some kind of mercantile
some
or
sort
something,
of
maybe?
trade.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The dowry is gonna be 18 florins
Oh my god.
if you want to get married.
Do I lose any honor for marrying a commoner? Is that a thing?
Maybe. I don't know if you want to look that up.
I'm willing to take the hit. That's so much money.
Yeah. Yeah. That is a shit ton of money. Okay, I think it just happens. I think it just happens at this stage. You've got Pievon Everick's blessing. So yeah, consider yourself married, sir.
We have married for money. And a kid. We also want a kid, but we also married for money.
Am I
Do I-
gonna have to march my horse out to that swamp in its weakened state to attend this marriage?
Henna, you didn't even roll loyalty companions. I doubt you'll show up. You'll write me a letter. Congratulations. And that's all it will say.
You won't be able to read it.
I know. My wife will read it for me, I hope.
Yeah.
I went ahead and
roll
put the
some
18
details
in
and
for
figure
that.
out-
For the money. Anything else that I
Alrighty,
need to throw in there?
Put it in the bank. And that should be it for now.
He's already at the bank depositing it. Thanks for the marriage.
Yeah, speed up the marriage, priest.
Oh, I
I
love
have to
you
deposit
so
this
much.
money before 5.
Dude, the merchant friend of your family's looking at you real sus right now.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a... Oh, sorry. Let me back a step a little bit. So, Lyria, if you wanted to succeed on the homage roll, instead of fail it, you can spend a prestige point to do that. Or you can just wait till next year.
We'll try again next year.
Okay. So then Vlad,
Yes.
what you can choose to do with a prestige point is you can conceive a child without having to roll dice.
Dang.
What a winner, man!
It only cost 1 point?
Yeah, just costs 1.
You know I'm doing it.
No, I think you probably get to... Okay, but hang on. I think you get to roll dice and then decide.
Ah.
So let's...
What happened to your winner?
So
I went
what-
from poor to rich to married to kid.
It was a fine winter.
Okay. Child survival... Tragedy... Alright, hang on.
The tragedy and child survival tables. I forgot about those.
Childbirth.
Why is there a
Yeah.
tragedy table?
Minus
You know the answer to that already,
Uh,
There's a
no,
table
otherwise...
for everything.
Okay. Yep.
Glad you just got married. How
Uh,
is she dead?
Making
Oh,
the
God.
roll?
How fucked is it gonna be if she dies during childbirth? And we don't even know her name. We haven't even rolled this character up, and she dies in childbirth.
That's when the congratulation letter arrives.
Congratulations on your wife's passing. You are now free on the market again, my friend.
I need to touch my purse.
What an economic boon you have received.
Where was Personal events. In addition to apply experience. Okay, yeah, never mind. That doesn't seem to apply. So what are we rolling? All right. Well, it's gonna be a d20, I'm sure. So go ahead and roll. Oops, hang on. Is it just a d6? If there was a child no birth this year, otherwise. No, that's not. What the?
I mean, if you want to wait till next year to actually start rolling for that stuff, we can do that. Because I feel like that's crazy if I have a baby the first winter phase.
Yeah, we can sort that out. Yeah, I'll have to read up on how this works. 'Cause it's not quite clear to me.
Prestige.
Okay. All right.
That just frees me up from
So
more
that
prestige
was.
points.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So back to spending prestige points. Ooh. What's her face? Laura.
Hmm.
Oh well, no. Let's hold off on that for now. I think I want
I
to
have
think a little bit
plans.
more about like if. Yeah, if what's her name is one that you're pursuing, I've got to do a little homework to figure out what you got to do to be able to secure the marriage, if that's what you're aiming for. So yeah,
Do you
let's
have
save
any
that.
idea how excited I am for the two of us to sit on the terrace and mock the other knights? It's going to be the best.
If
That
it
was
works
the
out.
funniest thing I've ever experienced. I cannot wait to bring her to your feasts.
Okay. Actually, sorry, this is probably a decent point to take a little bit of a break. So I got some more brain work coming for us.
Okay.
I love my brain. You can have it.
Smooth
Alright,
brain.
so we did the family events, essentially. Yeah, so if you want to spend your prestige awards, you don't have to, but you have to, like, raw, I believe you can only spend them during the winter phase, but we can maybe hand wave that if you want to, like, just decide later what you're spending it on. But yeah, so if you want to, go ahead and spend your procedure rewards for those other things. Yeah, raising a trait by 1, skill or characteristic by 1, or raising or lowering a passion by 1. And note that if you want to increase your size, then you become like fat and obese and like those things. It's not the score that matters, it's like after character creation, if you gain size.
You don't
you
get
fat.
taller. You get
Now it does
wider.
have,
Yeah.
yeah. It does have pluses and minuses. So like people that are obese like have notoriety because, you know, back in the day, if you
Gain
could feed
glory.
yourself to that
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
And God
Anyways,
knows if your
BRB.
horse is barreling down on somebody with a fucking boulder on it.
I get to play as Radon in this. My tiny horse.
It does make combat a little bit more difficult. Alright, be right back.
I wonder at what point literacy becomes like truly literate. I need to look that up.
I don't know. I had figured that 5 was enough to read, just like to know your letters and be able to read the words, even if not understand them sometimes.
Let me find it in the book.
But it's not.
Show me in the
I
book.
can read children's books. I can do tallies to keep track of things. There's a tally in my study of 2 slashes with a fucking crude painting of Lyria next to it. I'm sorry, prestige rewards may be used to raise any statistic with no restrictions apply? I know exactly what I want to do. Need to get to my appeal to 18.
Damn.
And then I'm sending that shit
Hey,
to
Ty.
20.
Damn.
Hello, Ty!
They're gonna not trust you.
No, it's gonna be really funny, but like... I need this.
I need it.
She has 1 point of pride and cares not a lick for anything else about being a knight. So, like...
This is a hard choice. It's so fucked up that I borrowed 6 florins, got 18 florins back. Now I'm gonna be paying him back immediately for what he gave me, like he did nothing for my family. It's gonna be crazy.
All right.
Really
Ooh,
should've
actually,
borrowed the bare minimum, like me.
I think I know what I'm gonna put my points into. Wait, hold on.
Like, there's more points to do.
Oh no, there's 2 prestige points. I
Ah.
kind of want to see what the family rules is first, since we can use those during that. Am I able to do that and then spend my prestige points after the family rules, or am I supposed
Yeah.
to hold it, kind of thing?
That's what I was looking up with the childbirth stuff and like the marriage stuff. Those are like the family roles. We won't do family survival roles because I don't have families mapped out for everybody in the massive spreadsheet, so that part can be skipped.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll look at childbirth another time.
Yeah, it's a little
Because yeah, they wouldn't be born until the next winter
year.
anyways.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Which could happen that year because it would have made
So.
sense because you could be like, well, during the early part, it's when they did the business, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Raise or lower a passion? You can lower passions. Interesting.
Yeah.
Drew, what is the cap on your actual stats?
App on stats.
Yeah, Hannah wants to go to 20.
18's in everything except for 21 for con.
Oh, you can be hella
And
healthy.
I'm assuming, so does Prestige overpen that, or no? Because it says there's no limitations.
Oh, then maybe. Yeah, maybe.
I don't
So
know
what I'm
the-
recalling is definitely the limit for character creation. I don't know. I suspect Prestige might overrule that. I don't know. Why? You getting close to bumping something past 18?
Oh no, I was thinking it'd be really funny to like get appeal to 18 naturally and then just slam that shit in winter.
Just get a real hot girl winner.
I'm gonna come out with a chiseled jaw, like
Mewing as you come to the
full
next
handsome Squilliam. I'm going full handsome Squidward on the way to the next phase.
Oh, it does say Book of the Noble, but I know I've got like a.
I hope.
We,
I feel
we
like they're
used,
intending to
workaround.
re-release those, but I hope they kind of just like condense them into one book, like Book of the Noble, Book of the.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they don't need to do Book of Feasts because they've already got that in the rolled into the core. But like, what was it? It was nobles like domain or like housing or manor. There was a book for that.
Mm-hmm.
All kinds of shit.
There were 2 books at least. Yeah.
Yeah, just put those together.
Yeah, I know they have a roadmap for development, but I don't remember, and it did seem condensed. Yeah. But yeah, there's tables here for like childbirth, but like I don't know. I don't remember what we did for. I'll have to look up. I'll have to do a little bit of research. But anyways, congrats, I guess.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, and I think everybody has survived winter, the first winter.
Sort of.
Hooray!
Hey, well now we need to wait for Farron and
Piotr be looking like Bojack, drinking. He's looking bad.
Oh.
What are all my points?
Don't worry, you
Do
can
you
take
think he's
extra
gonna
good
go
care of
up?
him next year.
I gotta. With all the money I got, you bet I'm gonna. Or
Live
I'm just
large.
gonna buy a new horse with the dowry money.
Mm.
Or you're just gonna be like, oh, you know what? Time to invest.
I honestly am thinking most of the money's gonna be
Mhm.
invested in fixing up the manor. Because that's also
Yeah.
for my wife.
That's,
This is her land too now. This is our family land.
that's right.
It's good for everyone.
That's right.
What is battle skill for? Drew?
Yeah, so we'll get into.
Is it just
in
like?
battles.
Is it just like
Uh,
awareness of what's going on in the battle, that kind of thing, seeing how the tide's turning, that kind of stuff?
as well as leadership. So, like, if you're in a leadership position, then yes, your battle will come into play.
We probably do need to up that.
But yeah, within a battle itself, it's typically used, I think, I might have to double check the rulebook, but it's used to determine like what opportunities may or may not come up for you in the middle of the battle. Otherwise, you're just stuck with whatever encounter I throw your way.
So we can force that upstart from the other house to deal with the problem if you roll well on battle. That's not our problem. We're fighting these guys instead.
Yeah, yeah, like, yep. The battle is what enabled you to be able to challenge Julian. It's what enables you to, you know, other events that can happen is challenging the leader and his bodyguards, looting the enemy's camp. There's a bunch of different random opportunities that can either be prepared or rolled for. And technically what we did last time wasn't really a battle. It was kind of more like a skirmish. But
yeah, battles are
anyways.
big, from what I
Yeah.
remember.
yeah. They've got their own mechanic, which we'll get into at some other point. After we've had a few more of just regular combats, maybe. But we'll see. We'll see.
You know what I'm gonna raise
Right.
battle by 2. I think getting battle to 10 is good here. As much as I want to
Yeah,
raise
that's respectable.
some other stuff, having the 50-50 on battle is really important to me if we get into any fights.
And then keep in mind, horsemanship is another good one to have for combat situations because it limits your ability to fight from horseback. So if your sword is like at 20 but your horse is only 10, you're only swinging with 10
Yeah.
while you're on your horse. Yep. It also plays into horse survival and so many other important things, so can't stress enough how important good horsemanship skill is.
That's why I ignore
All right.
him.
Yeah. Are y'all still spending, or are we ready to move on to the next activity?
I've spent.
Damn.
You prestige?
Yep, both my prestige points went into battle. He learned a little bit from this
One
fight. Both points, 2 points. I saved nothing for the family rules.
Hang on a sec, because that feels like it's not much for prestige point.
I only got
Spent.
2. That's all.
Like
it showed.
normally it's. Oh yeah, so raise a skill or a character's. Okay, I think this might be lying. Oh, let's check the rule book, sir, for spending prestige points. I'll try and look at it too.
Okay.
I thought it was you get to spend 1. Like you spend 1 to get 1, but it's not limited by. Like you can't level this because it's 15 or higher.
Yeah, like I know you can bump them above 15,
It can.
but I
even
think if you're
bump
spending on
above
skills
20.
less. I think if you're improving skills under 15 though, you get like 6 points to spend, kind of
Oh,
like
shit.
the regular
Really?
improvement thing. But I want to double check that. Yeah, I think
Also-
it might be in the GM book.
I'm gonna need the BRB again.
Let me.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, that's cool. All good. That's gonna take me a minute to find.
It's funny for how much
Fine
flavor this
stuff.
book has. It is endless rules.
Yeah. So much info. Maybe 5 years from now we'll be experts in it. Glory awards? No. Prestige. Ladies procedure? Oh, this is getting closer. No! Alright, so it's not in that. It must be in the core book. Prestige reward C, step 10 of the winter page, chapter 14. I really wish those little things had like clickable links. Chapter 14, step 10. Where art thou? Getting close. Alright. To raise any statistic by 1 point, no restrictions apply to the increase, no penalties pertain, and it may increase the critical bonuses for skills over 20. Be sure to refigure derived characteristics if a characteristic increases. Okay, that's automatic. Lower the value of a passion by 1, to guarantee that an heir is conceived and born healthy, and of the gender preferred by the player. Yeah, so that's how it can be spent. To guarantee for any other child born to a player knight either the conception health or gender as desired by the player. Oh, interesting. It doesn't even say... doesn't even list the skill use. Skill increases. So maybe skills can't be increased. Oh. Over 20 though. That's weird. It's a little bit weird. We can always house rule that.
Certainly make
I
you
think
grow
I'm
a
cool
little
with house
faster.
ruling that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that will simplify and just keep everything consistent. So yeah, if you want to spend a prestige point, you can increase skills under 15, 6 points, spread them however you want, or boost one skill that's over 15, or 15 by 1, you know. You know what I mean.
Damn. That means I need to put 5 more points into my horsemanship. Because I put 1 into I actually put 1 into horsemanship and then 1 into dex.
Nice. Nice. Well,
Hold on.
I imagine that won't take you. Okay. I'll go ahead and prompt you with what's next, and then we can, you know, loop John in when he gets back.
You'll have to change it for me, I guess.
Probably. Yeah, so we can do that now.
I'm just
You
putting
are Lord, yeah.
I'm just putting the 5 in straight into horsemanship to cap it.
Okay. Where do we?
I mean, Asia's rolling dice without John seeing, so like, throw a d20, and we will not explain why I hit a 1.
Alright, so your horsemanship should be 15 now.
Hype.
Is that it for the
Yeah, because
changes?
I already had put the one other point into horsemanship as well.
Okay, cool. Alright, so
I
click that
figured
up.
it would be semi-important on top of my spear, learning the spear.
Yeah. Alright, I think. Well, it sounds like John maybe wants to spend more points or whatever, so I'm not going to close the winter phase thing yet. But, so now we're going to move on from the mechanical stuff to your character stuff. And I've got like a set of questions, and the goal of it is to kind of get a handle on / summarize the year and like what your character is thinking and feeling and how they've changed as a result of the year. So that's what's next. The first question is going to be, and super simple. You can get as detailed or as simple as you want on these. What is something that your knight believes about themselves? It would be like, I am the most beautiful person in all the lands, or I am smarter than everybody else. Or I don't know. What's something that your knight believes about themselves? That will be prompt number 1. I am destined for greatness. I am chosen by the gods.
These are all really bold.
You don't have to be so bold. You can I don't deserve any of this. That could be a belief as well.
Honestly, considering how suspicious she is and that she's grown even less honest, yeah, no. Because I see this station as something greater than me.
Keep talking. Tell me more about this.
That I don't think that I can live up to the nature of a knight to become that beacon.
So like some imposter syndrome, can't live up to the standard.
Pay no attention to
Gotcha.
the stats. She does modest.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Nice.
that is
Okay,
probably
that's
what
a good
drove
one.
her to it drove her to figure out better how people work and what's going on, and to devote herself to the sword. I know I held my own in that battle, but to have seen Yatsik fight 1v2, win, and go on to trounce a duel immediately thereafter. I am a child compared to the people around me. In doing the thing I'm supposed to be doing out here, and it's making people happy and safe.
Yeah, Yatsik rolled like 2 crits in that fight. It was pretty nuts.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, Julian was lucky to survive the first one. So yeah, that totally makes sense. That totally tracks. What about Lyria? What's something that Lyria believes about herself?
That she was brought here to bring back the belief in the old gods.
Nice. I dig it.
That this
She
flame
has a
people
purpose.
worship. She believes the flame that people is worshiping is is kind of like a false, not really a false prophet, but a misconstrued.
Mm-hmm.
That it's hiding its true
Gotcha.
glory, basically.
Mm. So is the flame like another elder god in her mind? And it's just like their misperceiving or
Disguise.
misunderstanding?
Yeah.
I see. I see. Okay. Well, the second question will probably be pretty easy for you then. It's how would you characterize their current drives? And kind of like the sentence starter version of that is, they will do X. They will do something. So what will they do in the next year?
First, find out the murder
Or
mystery.
whatever.
First, find out the murder
Ooh,
mystery.
okay.
And the second is to spread the word of the religion.
They will find... Yeah, they will solve the murder mystery. I got a couple of notes on that. I do have some stuff prepared that we can go through today to kind of advance that a little bit. But also, your event is one of those things that basically we roll dice every year. And on a 1 or a 6, it gets decided one way or another. So, like, the main question is, like, was it murder? Was there something suspicious about this or not? So we won't know that until, on this annual roll, we do a 1 or a 6.
Dang.
So yeah, you can keep pursuing it every year until we solve it. So it might be like a multi-year investigation kind of thing.
True, true.
But yeah, cool. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you.
Sir John, Sir Vlad. We're doing a little bit of character concept development, and so I'm just asking some questions to kind of summarize how the year went and what is Vlad like now, what has changed, that kind of stuff. So the first question was, what's something that Vlad believes about himself? And the prompt for that is, I am blank. I am King of the Bean. I am. So Hannah, Hannah said? Yeah. What did
I
Hannah say? Go
am
ahead.
making the best of a bad situation. His luck seems to be bad, but there's always
Ooh.
something looking out for him. Maybe the flame is. Maybe it's his own personal luck, but it feels multiple times this year. Perhaps he should have died in that battle, but he didn't. He took that guy out. He should have lost his horse, but he didn't. He's
So does he? Oh, go ahead.
I don't know if he thinks it's religious or not.
Mm-hmm.
That's really all I was
So does he
saying.
consider himself lucky?
I think
or
so.
unlucky?
I think he's lucky in spite of the fact. I think he still believes that there's opportunity in this land that was given to him, even though it's like a harsher area to make viable. But I think he believes he can do it. I think he's just the lucky guy to do it.
Gotcha. So he thinks he's lucky, he's capable, he can achieve, even though it's difficult circumstances.
Yes.
Good. I dig it. And then the second question is, how would you characterize their current drives or single drive? The prompt for that is, they will do X.
Oof.
What will they do?
Well, my initial thought was they will
either in the next year or...
start a family, but that literally just happened. So now I got to think beyond that, because that was the
that's fine.
that was like the first step, was start a family.
Mm-hmm.
make the lineage, you know.
Mhm.
If that's fine, then that's his number one goal right now is to pass on this land to someone down the line.
Yeah. Start a family, develop the land.
Yeah, still
Is
wants
that fair
to.
to kind of
Yep.
tie in there too?
Yeah. That part, I guess
He'll
that
have
part
the
hasn't
money for it.
changed. The develop the land, but starting a family. I think he's. Yeah, I think that's newer for him.
Cool. Cool. Lyria or Laura, what are their drives? What will they set out to do?
They don't know.
Pay back their debts?
Hey, that is certainly part of the unfailing. And I can't even keep the house in order. Perhaps she just wants to strive to learn from her mistakes. To grow closer to the gallant thing that she was always looking up to as a child. Even if she's not cut out for it, better to attempt than to do nothing at all.
Can I phrase it this way, that she will become what's expected of her?
Yeah, she will
Or
strive
is
to
that-
become what's expected of her.
Because it feels like she has this ideal of who she should be, but it also feels like it's been given to her by something, like be that tradition or family or pressure from Sir Ike. Like, is that fair to say?
More than, yes.
Okay. Okay. Is there a particular source that she's seeking to appease, or is it just her own kind of self-satisfaction?
It's more to herself. Because she doesn't see
Okay.
that the others have declared that she's failed, but they haven't praised her either. And that is its
Gotcha.
own wound.
Okay. Cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. And then, yeah, Lyria wants to solve the murder and convert the heathens, if I recall correctly.
To the old gods believe.
That's right. Okay. So next question, I think if we're ready to move on, what do they think of their companions? You know, the fellow knights, or maybe their followers, if they have followers? Did they develop any friends or foes in the previous year?
Foes.
Ooh. That dwarf?
Nah. I apologize to the dwarf. Although, if I hadn't done that, I would have said 100%, because we slighted him,
He slighted you, you slighted him.
and now it's
Book
even.
is filled.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I said too much. You do pretty good.
Now that you can afford some of his frames.
Yeah. I'm looking for one of those frames.
Yeah. My wife is about to have a child.
I need to frame
I
the
would like a
child.
portrait commissioned.
Yeah. I gotta find the weeb and get him to draw us.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a stick man. My wife is gonna be
Totally.
voluptuous and most beautiful thing. With this cherubic
Yep.
child. Oh, that'll be so funny. Oh, if he slights me like
Like
that,
a
I'll kill him. 100% I'll kill him.
You're just like a charcoal scratch over the canvas.
I will draw and quarter that man in the swamp. And I will let him know if you draw me badly.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I'm called out for being prideful. Damn.
Look, my passion for station went up, you know, this time.
Mm-hmm.
I cared about my station.
Yeah.
Totally.
Mm-hmm. I don't think we have any rivals because we killed the only guy who could potentially be a rival at this point. Maybe you could argue that Honor Atina could be in some way, but like not like a direct rival. Oh, I
would
still
say
have
think of this
Igrid.
more.
I still have Fun Igrid. Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yorend.
Yeah.
Yorend as a
But that depends on what we
What were
do
you
for
calling him?
year 2.
we were calling him like a rival. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say don't think necessarily all about NPC, like your other companions as well. Like,
Oh,
do you
like
have any
would
opinions
would
about
like
these
Yahtzee be
people
like
that you did?
that kind of thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A rival.
Or yeah, like what do you think of Yahtzee? What does Vlad think of Yahtzee? Or Stefan,
I think he's
or Lyria, or
right. I think he has formed opinions on all of them. Yahtzee, I think he knows is better suited for fight than speech and that sort of thing. So he's reliable in that sense. But he would not, ask him. He wouldn't want to hang around him in like courtly matters, like at the feast. You're like, no, you talk with someone else.
yeah.
Enjoy the floor.
Yeah, he's gonna be sitting on the
Yeah.
floor at best, and I can't be brought to the floor to his level. I'm looking to rise up here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think he. I think he probably likes Lyria quite well, because of their interactions at the feast. So they got drunk together and they had a good time,
Mm-hmm.
For Laura, I think he's. I think he has reason to some degree to distrust her. I think he likes her, but he feels like she. I don't know how to put it. Like puts on airs in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
And sits by the salt.
Yeah, and he was slighted. He was slighted that way. So.
Mm-hmm.
So perhaps there is a bit of a chip
Yeah,
on his shoulder about it, but he's that's how he feels about them. And as far as Stefan goes,
Yeah.
I hate to say that he pities the man because he feels like maybe in a sense he feels like someone who knows suffering like me, So maybe there's a kindred something there with him. So maybe not purely pity,
Yeah.
but like of a sense of someone who is ill-fated in a lot of ways, or seems to be, but will change our fates,
Yeah.
So maybe he sees a brother in that sense.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Because the poor man has not caught any.
that's right.
It's been so
Yeah, I
bad.
was gonna say maybe Vlad's like, well, at least somebody else has worse luck than I do.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, but okay. Way to spin that more positively. I think that's solid. And as far as Vlad's relation with Laura goes, maybe he senses that like she wasn't as passionate about about the companionship camaraderie, and that maybe raises some distrust as well.
I could see that. Like she may not say it specifically, but it'd be maybe obvious that she doesn't really.
I mean, I did loudly call you cowards in front of Irina, so. Honestly, the fact you didn't say anything about that speaks fucking volumes.
Sweet, very good. Who else wants to spout some opinions about their companions?
Laura probably sees the men of the group as meek. Though, when push came to shove, each and all of them stood ready to fight against uneven odds, so perhaps they were just ill-suited to the task at hand. Though her opinion of them is, fairly low. It felt as though they did not put much of themselves into the task, much less to actually helping people. As to Lyria, she still sees her as something of a sister. At the very least.
A sister I can borrow money from.
A very wealthy sister whose village is doing wonderfully. Though she has grown to hate, just in her own ways, the, fuck, what was her name? Wladyzlaw something?
Undu
Grab
Twa.
Notes. Honoratina.
Honoratina, yeah. That's right.
The way that she carries herself. Laura's
Yeah,
grown
she is the
to
root of
look
the
on her with-
evil.
Yeah, that is somebody to stare
That,
at with a wary eye.
Yeah. Like a fine example of the corruption of the House of Von Everick. Perhaps.
She treats others even remotely below her, or potentially even as equal to her, like garbage. Servants at best.
And why shouldn't she?
That's right, my fellow stationer.
And she plays with the hearts of others, and with their lives. I'd say Laura doesn't particularly look favorably on her, and thinks ill of the house for keeping her in any power.
Very good. Very good. And then, yeah, easily we have Irina as a friend. Slash.
Oh,
Perhaps
friend
more than
zoned
friend.
already.
We'll see
Yes,
We're in the
yes.
friend zone. Yeah.
I'd love for you
A
to come to one of my
positive,
plays.
relation.
Yeah.
Listen, I definitely slammed the Chast button there because Chast also is like the, oh yeah, straight down the romantic one person route. Like, oh, yep, that's where the hard eyes live, but I have to act normal because the others are in a bush.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. What about Lyria? I think the feast was the main interaction that you engaged with them.
Yep. We
But
got
that didn't have. Yeah.
we got Wladyzlaw, the Bean King,
Mhm.
who was my partner who didn't get to sit by the salt.
Yep.
So
Mhm.
she thinks he's got a weird fascination with beans, but he's all right. He's all right.
These swamp people are weird. You all right though, Shrek?
with with her and Laura being, in away from the same house, knowing that Laura is akin to the flame. She knows that Laura's kind of a bullshitter. So she's like a sister, but like that sister you don't really love but you don't hate. You think she thinks she's kind of like a black sheep on the wrong path, following the flame.
Mhm.
You still help me through the attack.
But her sister's for her.
Nice. All right, that's spicy. I love it. Cool. All right. Next question. What do they believe about their lord? And so I know we haven't done much interaction with Ike. So the two from Denell can either choose to was of Ike, or what is your opinion of the Von Evericks? What does your character give about them? Or you can give opinions for both, but I'll take at least one.
Lord Von Everick is a prick.
Damn.
And I suppose we can, or I should clarify, are you referring to the Duke, who is kind of basically essentially the head of household? He's responsible calling the shots? Or are you thinking like Olgierd,
Oh,
who's
Duke.
like the heir apparent?
The,
Okay.
the one that gave us
Bohemil.
the mission was like, did no
Mhm.
effort of his
Bohemil.
own, passed this off, didn't even fucking. I don't even think he read it. I don't think he read the letter.
Damn.
It reflects poorly. Laura doesn't like him, and she finds there to be a never-ending barrage of reasons their house may be in disarray.
Yeah, that makes sense. Very good. Who else has opinions? We might circle back to you for like.
I think that's the only one we've interacted with, right? 'Cause I don't think I even got to interact with Olga.
Mhm.
I think it was just Bohemil. Bohemil? Whatever the hell his
Mhm.
name is.
Oh,
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Bohumility.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Wladyzlaw likes him. Because clearly he's just he basically foisted this upon us. Something that he just didn't want to deal with, so he put it on someone that it was below their station to do. Number one. Now that I'm a station board, 11 out of 20, you know. Or at least I'm starting to consider doing it an important part of my life. But I don't think I think he'll do his duties, and he'll pay his Wladyzlaw lip service. But I don't think he talks kindly behind closed doors. So
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No, that's perfect. Sweet. Yeah, this might be a challenging one to answer. Because he didn't
get a chance to interact.
get the
Dickhead.
interactions from last session, yeah. So I don't know, unless something comes to mind, we can skip this one.
Yeah, I don't. I have no strong feelings yet.
She's the gray alien
Yeah.
from
Fine.
Futurama. Tell my wife I said hello.
Let me circle back to Laura then with Ike, because you did manage to have an interaction with him, Lady Sophia, the start of the previous session. Any opinions about Ike? Or questions about Ike, I guess.
So far in her interactions with Ike directly, he seemed strong-willed but fair in that. Devoted in kind to his religion, and there is something to respect there. Even if it has caused some troubles for me.
Cool. Solid. Okay. I've got two more.
Okay.
But I think maybe I want to circle back to this last one after we do some other things. Yeah. Yeah. We'll come back to that. I do have a couple of personal events that we can do, but then essentially we're going to be done for today.
Okay.
Let's do Lyria, if you're cool. We can dig into kind of like essentially your investigative efforts over the previous year into the death of your aunt. Aunt Gertrude. Gertrude.
Good old Gertie.
So, yeah. So, I have some background for you that Lyria would know about her uncle, Stefanik, who was married to Gertrude. When your father was in charge of things, Uncle Stefanik was his trusted advisor and steward. He has guarded the family's interests, especially in times where where your father was away dealing with whatever he was doing, fighting in battles, whatever. And he did it quite well. He latched pretty firmly to the ideals of the Eternal Fire as they reinforced his disdain for Aunt Gertrude's superstitions. It was definitely a point of tension between the two, with Gertrude usually deferring when it came to discussions or arguments of faith, mainly to just avoid conflict. That said, he was good. Like I said before, he was good at what he did, being a steward, managing things, managing affairs. And your Aunt Gertrude never wanted for anything. He was never outwardly violent and kind of always kept his anger in check if he did get angry at her. So yeah, that's just a little bit of context in terms of what Lyria knew of their relationship and who they were. And then for everybody else's info, Gertrude married into the family from outside, so Stefanik was her dad's brother. And is there anything else? I can't remember anything else. But yeah, and then so obviously the circumstances of her death were a little bit suspicious, right? It seems that she committed murder. Suicide.
Oh my god!
Freudian
That's a
slip.
twist. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually don't know if it was murder or not.
That's funny though.
That's the funny thing. So yeah, that's kind of why it's worth investigating in the first place. So, how would Lyria want to begin investigating or pursuing this angle to find information? We can imagine it's right after murder. We can imagine some time has passed. Whatever makes sense.
First thing she would do, since she's home for the winter, is probably ask around the manor house, whatever, to see if her uncle was up to anything shady prior to the event.
Okay. So riddle me this: is Lyria speaking with the staff, like the servants, or is she speaking with the other household members, other people in her family?
She would probably, since their relationship was. My voice cracked so bad. She'd probably speak to the servants since her aunt was like her closest of kin, so she doesn't really trust the other members of the house to a degree. Like, not that she don't trust them, but she don't really care and doesn't think they'll give her any of the answers. So she'd probably ask the staff first.
Okay. Go ahead and make a... Not fellowship. That's what I called it last time. Fairy tales? Folklore. There it is. I had to search for it.
Go ahead and roll fairy tales. Huh?
Yeah. All right.
Success.
And I don't know. Let's just see if we can get something interesting out of who this person might be. Ooh, this is like the head footman of your estate, who's like the #1 servant guy or gal. Let's roll a d6. Can you roll? Somebody roll me a d6.
Rem, roll a d6.
You want to? I was gonna say, do you want me to, or do you want to take it, John? I know you like rolling.
Nah, this is you. It's a 3.
3.
It's low.
All right, yeah. So it's a dude. What do we imagine this guy looks like? Oh, I mean, maybe it's even. No, it wouldn't be your steward dude. All right, so just a normie, a little bit older, probably in his 30s, and yeah, he runs the house with a bit of an iron grip. And Lyria asks him about the goings on of her uncle. What was he up to these days? And he doesn't respond to anything directly. Like, it doesn't seem like he was up to anything particularly shady, but he does get into venturing or discussing. He gets off topic a little bit. And through this conversation, you learn that long before she married your uncle, she used to live in Verden, which is near Centra, in a small town on the outskirts of Amberg. I'll pull up or shift us over to a map so you can see where these places are. I think, oops, not this one, but actually, yeah, let's try this one. See how the Northern Kingdoms is.
Ooh, this is a nice.
Yeah.
cleaner
But
map.
this one I don't think has the places labeled that I'm looking for. So I'm gonna shift this over to the other map. Oh, and this one maybe even doesn't. Yeah, because I clipped it to just be Redania.
But
Okay,
and
well, never mind.
another map. Yeah.
Yes. So if you click on the one in Discord, you'll be able to see these places. Where do they put it? Name links? No. Background info maps. The Reddit link. So if you go kind of southwesterly to Centra, where are you? There you are. Spoke? Oh yeah, no. So there's Centra, just north of it is Verden, and there's should be a small town near Amberg.
Hamburger.
I'm looking.
Hamburg.
I haven't found it, but
Damn.
I'm looking. Oh, there's Amber.
All right. Yep, it's on the coast near the river delta.
It's near them damn skeletons.
Yeah. There is one other thing that you can find out. So yeah, would you like to try a different approach, a new approach?
Would you say that her uncle is in town during the winter?
Yeah, more than likely. You want me to roll dice?
Yeah.
All right. I'm
Roll
gonna say it's likely. We got mythic. We don't need luck.
That's kind of the same.
Yeah. So yes, he is in town. He stays in the manor
You
for
son of a
the
bitch,
winter.
I think nonchalantly I'll talk to him about what he was up to, when he found out that his that auntie passed away.
Okay. Okay. So I think we can call this intrigue, or I think intrigue is the most direct. Yeah. Yeah. So I think it applies because A, you are interacting with your peers essentially, like noble folk, and you're trying to get information without tipping your hand that you're trying to get information.
That's a hard fail.
Oof. Oof. Okay. So yeah, you have this discussion with your uncle, but it doesn't seem to go anywhere. What you were asking him about what he was up to, or what
Yeah,
his
like
reaction was when he found your.
basically where was he when he found the news?
Where was he on the night of January 18th?
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you question him, and you get a sense that he's responding somewhat truthfully, but like whatever response he gives still kind of leaves it questionable in terms of whether or not he committed the murder. I keep saying that it was a murder. I think I'm just willing that it needs to be a murder, but no, when you're on.
Oh, it
thicker on
was.
life.
It was a murder. We knew it.
The spirits wouldn't have taken her if it weren't a murder.
Yeah.
She might become
So
a wraith.
okay. And you also get a visit from Tamira the Butcher. Or you don't get a visit, but I imagine at some point, see how she's doing. And seems like she's having a little bit of trouble being accepted by the locals. They're a little bit hesitant to welcome a stranger, as is typical. But yeah. Otherwise, things are going decently well. All right.
like-
Vlad, you had that message from your end? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, one thing I will say is it's thanks to Tamira for the great bounty.
I sense some ceremonies happening in secret, perhaps. Laura or Vlad?
Hmm? What's up?
Who wants? Who wants
I vote
to do
Laura.
something?
Laura it is.
Okay. All right.
What's happening in my land?
I've had
Yeah,
enough
so
going on in my
it's-
winter
it's-
phase. I want a quiet time now.
It's getting to be towards the end of winter, and as you know, the previous year was a bit difficult on your peasantry, and a fair amount of conflicts arose, as is perhaps expected when things get challenging. People start to get on each other's nerves and such. And you are, as Lord of the Manor, asked to adjudicate some of these disputes. And so, one of the most notable arguments is between a couple of people, both of them farmers. One of them is a peasant called Sabina. She has a smooth complexion and a little bit of a lilting voice, and the person who is accusing her of a transgression is Ninika. It's a bit more plain-faced and unnotable.
So, who?
The
Sabina and Naminica?
Ninika. Nineke. Ninika. So Ninika says that Sabina has basically an unpaid debt from drinking. Apparently both of them went out to a tavern. Maybe they walked at some point, or who knows. But they both were drinking, and Sabina perhaps thought that they had agreed that it was on Ninika, but Ninika is claiming, nope, we were going Dutch, you should have paid for your beers, and so this is kind of the argument that you are asked to resolve.
It's almost delightful. It's so simple. I'm worried somebody's goats had gone missing or some such. So, you say that the dispute is whether or not Sabina is to pay her share of the drinks over the night. Right?
Yes, that's right. My lady.
May I ask who invited who out to drink?
She thinks for a second. She rolls some dice.
She rolls some dice.
Yeah.
She has a thing.
She said, "Well, I suppose I did, my lady, but we go out drinking. We go out drinking every Friday night. It's not
It's not unusual.
yeah.
And you typically
It
both.
was just a yeah.
You typically both pay your own share. Am I understanding correctly?
Well, I guess, I mean, normally, sometimes I pay for both of us, but you see, she's like kind of understanding me. She's not doing herself any favors in terms of the case. But this time was different.
Go on. Is there a reason?
Well, yes. This time, the moon was full, and because it was full, she pays on those nights. Yes.
I'm just going to like turn and look at Sabina.
She just smiles and shrugs. I haven't a clue what she's talking about. Ninika, you're my senior. You've always treated me as if I was your daughter.
Senpai always pays for drinks.
That's right.
Honestly, this is silly. This is genuinely silly.
But my lady. We're talking about 10 crowns. This is more than I make.
She will spit out her own drink. Had 10 crowns to drink that night.
Yeah, so this is the equivalent of like 2 or 3 drinks each.
Sabina, is your household under any true duress at the moment?
Roll dice. I mean, we're faring as hard as everybody else is. Last winter was quite harsh.
My friends, no matter what, one of you will feel slighted here, but perhaps this time, Sabina, level the debts, pay your share on this night, and in future nights, make sure you know who's paying for whom before the night begins. Is this fair?
They both accept with like a yes, my lady.
I mean, they
Like,
don't get a
this is your
choice on
call.
that. I think I was gonna say yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Oh
is.
no,
for
if they
me.
come to blows, it's gonna be really funny, but like...
It's your court. They can't say no. That's not fair.
Yeah. Yep. I
Perhaps
feel
I'll
like you
come down
probably.
and drink with you, on the next weekend.
Ooh. So you should be aware that mingling with the commoners is something that would besmirch your station.
She does not give a
Pro-
fuck.
Yeah. I don't know if it would. It might have honor impacts as well, but yeah, it would probably decrease your station potentially. But yeah, okay, cool. Okay, a little bit of mingling, a little bit of
Mongling.
passion. I see.
mingling.
I see. Yeah, I feel like you did try to make a fair adjustment or adjudication of that, so you can check the just box,
I'm sorry for all
or
the
you can.
questions that required to roll dice, but that's such a weirdly specific thing to show up with no information.
Yeah, I mean it's just a random event. I got a little generator for it. But yeah, cool. Well played. That was my justice puzzle. that
You
just
solved it.
Yay! Did I win?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, does just
I guess.
picking one at the start just land you at arbitrary
Yes.
if you don't ask a question?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know,
Yes.
fucking you.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean, honestly, sometimes we'll offer bribes under the table and that kind of thing. Yeah, those are fun little side things. Hope you had fun with it.
That was really sweet.
Uh,
This is the most amusing. This is the most amusing court thing I've seen in a while. Huh. This is so beneath what I expected. It's kind of cute.
yeah. And then Vlad, we'll
Mhm.
pop on over to you.
Let my suffering begin.
We did the message from your end.
Yeah.
Yes. Did you want to? I guess. Yeah. So part of my question, I guess, is what did you want to write? Have somebody write a response back to him with regards to his challenge, but I think that might depend on what you all decide to do as a group for your next
Yeah,
adventure.
I was gonna say I feel like that depends on where our
N-
actual choices here.
Yeah. So let's discuss that then. Maybe. I think that'll be a good plan.
Sure.
I mean, my vote was on that or hanging out with my own lord, so.
Yep. So 4 options, I'll go over them briefly. There's the mercenary escapades. It seems like, or you all would have heard, that Vladimir and Olgierd went on some sort of mercenary expedition, spent time with some free companiers this summer and fall, earning some coin, doing some mercenary escapades. They intend to repeat that next year and are putting out a broader kind of request, so to speak, or solicitation for knights to participate. There is also the Monster of Rind that Wladyzlaw is aware of through the message that he got from Yorund. And another thing that you all will be aware of somehow is that it seems that some of the lands in Von Everick Estates are being, like, having their claims challenged. It seems like people are noticing a bit of the weakness of the house and are trying to, play games to claim some of their lands. As we saw with Falamir, it can easily happen to any of you. So you could, as a side mission, get involved in that stuff. And then last but not least, Ike has a guest that's coming into town, basically, and he's needing an escort. So those are the 4 kind of mission options.
Hmm.
Do any of them sound particularly interesting or engaging?
I
What
like
do you all want to
all
do?
4 of these. I think, though, it needs to have something combat oriented at the very least for old Yatsik, and I sure Rem would like to get her hands dirty with a little bit of it. And I know Hannah
Mm-hmm.
was disappointed we didn't get a bigger one, so.
I will only say if y'all go free companying, Laura stays behind on moral reasons. Unfortunately. Otherwise, she's interested in the monster. You're in that fuck who challenged me to an arm wrestling contest? Alright.
But we did beat him in the
Turn
hunt.
down a chance to show him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can show
I'm-
him up twice.
I'm
Mhm.
definitely interested in the monster, but that's also the highest likelihood that I'm gonna die. So.
No. See, here's the
So-
secret.
Unless it's not really a monster and it's just a guy in a suit, like a Scooby Doo episode.
The secret is that we just send Josh's character in front. He's got the plague. He's broken.
He's the
leg.
bad luck magnet. Everything bad will happen to him.
Nice.
So for me, I'd say hunting a monster. The escort seems like it could be good as well, because that could go so many ways. It is an escort
Mhm.
quest, however.
We're definitely gonna get our station checked by being told shit to do.
Yeah. And then defending Von Everett estates from threats of intrigue is interesting. I like that, but I don't know. I feel like not many people would be as interested in that. So basically, the bottom 3. Was there not another option? I felt like you said there was another option you added.
Free company?
There should be 4. So mercenary escapades, yeah, free companying, hunting the monster, intrigue, and Ike's guest. So those are the 4.
I think for the free company, like the mercenary escapades, I don't think it makes as much sense for Vlad. I think he's got his position that he's starting to take interest in. And
He's got his money now.
He's gonna start feeling it's beneath him. Yeah, it's beneath him.
So many florins. Why would I go out looking for more florins?
Yeah. Just marry a commoner who's very rich. That's what I did.
Do what I did.
He's gonna start writing a book, How I Got Rich.
Can't wait to read this letter in like broken letters.
It's called like Swamp Rich or something like that. Some stupid shit.
Just fucking sitting there
Oh,
reading
yeah.
it from the theater where I'm watching the same play for the 7th time.
She can have those lines memorized.
But yeah, those are the ones I'm interested
Like
in.
all
I
the-
honestly think Monster is probably the number 1. But I feel like that's unfair for me to say, because that's like almost a personal one for me, because it's like I slighted Yorand in a way, or I don't know if it's slighted is correct, but you know, I one upped him. And he would, you know, that's like a personal thing for my character. But yeah, even if I hadn't,
What you want?
the idea of like monster hunting is interesting to me. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sounds like Laura is keen on that one too, probably. So then I guess Lyria would be the question. Question mark?
Monster hunting. Yeah, see it.
You
Yeah.
get to go fight a troll.
I don't know if I want to do that, but
Don't giggle like that. Now I'm afraid. It's 2 trolls.
wish it was a troll.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, sorry, let me just respond to this real quick.
Damn. It's not
got
2
it.
trolls, it's 7 Ekimara in a trench coat.
Dude, Two Trolls is a great rapper.
I think I saw him
Yeah, I mean,
chuckling
honestly,
on
if it
stage
was-
before the play.
Yeah, you all would know that if it was 2 trolls, you would be dead. That's Witcher's work.
There's, you know, enough. There's no
Uh,
honor in fighting that.
so-
battle. You leave.
Yeah,
Well, there's
yeah.
hella honor in killing it, but you're
so yeah.
gonna die.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So combat always carries the risk of death.
Sure.
So I'll just put that out there. And then yeah, battling monsters is going to be more risky than battling people, generally speaking.
Yep.
But who knows? Maybe it'll be an easy monster. Maybe I don't know.
Or, you know, you could always learn about a
Yeah.
monster, figure out some weaknesses, things like that. Investigate a little bit before you go
Yeah.
swinging at it.
And then you can decide maybe it's too much. Maybe discretion is the better part of valor, or yeah,
Etc.
we're prepped, we're ready, we're gonna earn some glory out of this bad boy.
Yes, I will take
but yeah.
all of my hirelings and we will send them to their deaths.
Oh, so,
Yeah.
can I bring my Elderman? He'd love this.
I mean, you can, but then nobody will be managing your estate while you're away.
You come back to shambles. Your winter phase is gonna be awful if you do that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm already broke. How much worse can it get?
Double broke.
Yeah, I mean,
If you're broke 2 years in a row, that's bad.
Oh well,
That
I'm
would
broke,
be
but the
bad.
debts were paid. Next year, I need to have some fucking money.
Well, let me introduce you to my well-known tactic of marry a commoner who's very rich. You can still have your courtly, you know, affairs with Arena, but you'll have a very rich wife. It'll be good for you.
Actresses have good dowry.
Yeah. You're gonna have to really seal the deal next year if you want that, though. You're gonna have to go to
Bring that
every
bitch
play
over
she
to
it
does.
seems like. Yeah. All right. So it seems like the consensus probably is then the monster hunt.
So far, yeah, for us,
Monster
we're
Hunter.
enjoying the Monster Hunter idea. Plus, it's
Like,
just
listen,
it's
if-
fun to engage
Okay.
with that part of The Witcher. So, even if we're not
Yeah.
Witchers,
Yeah, I think it's a good choice. I think it's a good choice for the group. I will
also,
say,
like,
in terms of
strangely
the
personal.
way. Yeah. Tell me more
I
about
mean,
that.
it's a letter from your, like,
Yeah.
literally a letter from somebody we
Mhm.
interacted with, asking for help. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
in quotation marks.
Yeah. Not asking for help, but saying, "Hey, here's this thing that's going on. Think you can deal with it?"
Yeah, totally. That's asking
Like
for
almost
help.
like a challenge.
But wait till we deal with it and be like, what now?
bitch
I'm
made
so-
shit.
Not
Yeah,
so
like-
tough
Wait,
are
you
you
got a
now?
problem
You're-
in your lands? Wait, you got a problem in your lands? You're calling us to come solve it? That's bitch made.
Yeah. Then we have reason to talk shit to him at the feast. Oh, the feast shit talking is gonna be so good.
Oh.
And
So
you
Rinda
already.
is like a free town. It's run by a council.
Oh.
But yeah, essentially, this is like another challenge, like the hunt. He's like, kind of shit talking a little bit. Like, hey, this place has a monster problem. Think you can deal with it? Think you got what it takes, Mr. Bean?
Is he also going to be doing so, or is he just trying to get me to do it? That's what we need to find out.
I don't know. Let's roll dice. What is true? I didn't expect for him to be on it. 'Cause it will complicate things if there's like a competing party.
Sure will.
That makes things a little hard for me. But I'll put it to the dice. I'm gonna say it's unlikely that he's there. Fate question. Unlikely. Ah shit. Exceptional yes.
He took that person.
So he is there. He's and it's competition, yeah, and personal. Another personal competition. Okay, cool.
I like it. Might even get to work together. We're not so different, you and I.
In my commoner wife.
Yep. So Sir Yorin will be there.
That's cool. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe he'll be there as a companion this time.
Companion quest.
All
I
right.
like it. Can't wait
Yeah.
till he dies. To the
Maybe he
monster.
could
That'll
become an
be fun.
ally.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Like, he's rivals to France, you know?
Cool. Very cool. All right. Yeah, I doubt that Josh and or Carl will object. I think Carl will see this as a nice mercenary option.
Yep.
Maybe Stefan will have cold feet.
Yeah. Stefan can
May
hang
not
in the
want
back
to,
with the plague. You
yeah.
know? He doesn't have to fight
Yeah,
necessarily.
I think Stefan might. He'll have second thoughts on this. I'm pretty sure. He's like, this game has fucked me so many times. Do I really want to roll the dice more on this?
In a combat that's even more difficult. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
my second option is still like, we could just go escort the guy. Like, I'm not gonna complain about either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'll
Yeah,
see.
but if they have other
We'll see.
other stuff that
Guess-
they prefer, I can work around that too. You
Mhm.
know.
Let me keep it simple then, maybe. Let's say. Gosh.
Because the unfortunate reality is, like, the free company might be the most interesting one to Carl's character, to Yatsik, but, like, I feel like for landed knights, that's, like, the least likely one for us to take.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah,
certainly
I mean,
dishonorable
it's-
if you're noticed doing it.
Yeah.
Yep.
could see
It would be, if anybody's hurting for money, this could be seen as like a lucrative opportunity to get some.
Oh, had I not
cash.
married my very rich wife, I would be very on board with making some money right now.
Had I not a
Yeah, that would be the subtext
famously
for that one.
merciful stat, I would be interested. But I don't
Mm-hmm.
particularly want to go fucking raiding people's lands just because.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Maybe we'll do that. I guess the other option is we could like throw the options in chat and then rank them 1 through 4 or something. Like y'all can, I don't know, vote 3 times or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Decision making is so hard. At least with this crew though. Sounds like hunting the monster will work. We'll take that's our top pick, and then if we need to second pick it, we'll bounce from there.
Yeah, maybe wait a day or two before you start prepping. You know, at least a day.
Yeah, yeah. I'll do like an add everyone and fill them in and give them a chance to object if they want.
I suppose if we end up
Okay,
doing something
okay.
else, we can always come back to the monster hunting thing too, depending on whether or not we, you know, it got solved during that year.
Mm-hmm.
Depends.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or it got worse.
Yeah. I mean. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Well, cool. I think that then solves everything for today, most likely.
You've solved my winter puzzle.
Yes. We have our next adventure more or less picked out. We have some good ideas, some good thoughts and like personal development, summaries about people's characters, what they're thinking and feeling and whatnot. Oh! So then, I guess
Did
there's a
we
question.
Did we
Yeah.
never stop to ask the question if anybody wanted to like actually build an investment on their land?
Yeah, not yet. It will come up in the next winter. We'll be able to start production or construction.
Gotta save as much money as I can.
Yeah, so in the next winter, you can decide if you're wanting to construct, or sometime between now and the next winter, just decide if you're wanting to construct stuff, and then you'll pay out the cost for that. And then essentially your steward needs to make a roll to see whether or not they successfully build it during the year, or
Mm.
if construction is delayed.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
And you can only build one thing at a time.
Mhm.
So yeah,
choose
there's that
wisely.
part of it too.
Time to strip
Mhm,
log
mhm.
my lands in desperate need of income.
Yeah. Yep. So that's an option. You can squeeze the peasants dry. I think I saw that in there too. But yeah, cool. All right. I think we're gonna put this session in a nice little box. Put a bow on it. Call it done.
Get ready for season 2, year 2.
That's right. I'll get to change the intro scene to now say
Ooh.
it's 12:52.
Do I get to change my age, or did you already do
Oh,
that?
yeah, sorry. I need to close the winter phase thing. Thanks for the reminder.
When you close the winter phase thing, what about the other two? They haven't done their winter.
Yeah, they'll get it.
Yeah, I'll be able to deal with them after the fact.
He's gonna
There's
deal
like
with
another
them.
option here.
Oh, shit.
I
I'm
didn't
still
get all
There's
those.
22.
another option in here.
Or, yeah, I'm still 21.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, because maybe I haven't changed the
Oh,
year.
now it goes.
Let's see.
Now I'm 22.
Not me.
Okay.
Forever young.
Maybe needs a refresh. I'm gonna go ahead and refresh mine just cause.
I also was away when if y'all rolled for that, because I didn't do any rolls or anything.
Rolled for what?
There was in the winter
Your
phase an
age?
aging thing that you could click on, I think. I wasn't there for that.
Oh, yeah, nah, don't worry about that.
Yeah, I figured that was
We're
like,
getting old.
yeah, I was like, once you get to a certain age, I think then it starts affecting you, because it affects your
Mhm.
stats and stuff.
Yeah, when you're 35, basically.
Oh yeah, old.
Yeah,
as
You have to
old.
start
fuck.
rolling to see if you're. Yeah.
Can confirm.
Alright, so text is now 12:52. A new year is upon us.
Hark!
Rage.
Hark! The year is 1253. You have to change that at the bottom.
I love that.
Oh no,
Laura's
it
just
should be
like-
12:52 now.
Oh yeah, actually it is. Never mind, you're right.
It was 51.
Damn.
Don't at me, bro.
You're already on it.
Oh, and you all will have healed your hit points back. So
Yeah, because it's like, what, so many per week? And then,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
It's been months. Months.
Good and healed. I'm glad I took those
Put
points in
step
battle.
on the end replay.
He has so many debilitating
Yeah.
status effects on it right now.
Really had a tough year, man.
It's been a harsh year on the old boy. Poor guy.
Yeah. Melancholy and debilitated. That was a rough year for Stefan.
How will that change him? That's
But-
interesting.
Yeah. One person's or easy come, easy go, I guess. Next season that might be you all. Or might be
Yep.
nobody. We'll see. Yeah, so how did we enjoy winter?
I like it.
Did we not enjoy winter?
No, that's fun.
No, that's nice.
It's a nice little wrap up after the adventure. I think I enjoy it. And once people get used to it, it'll probably go a lot faster. It won't take this long like it did this time
Mhm.
because you won't have to explain it. We'll know what to do. It'll go flying through.
Yeah.
In reality, we could probably attach it once we get used to it to the end of one of the others, assuming we,
Mm-hmm.
don't take too long on the actual adventure part. That's the part that's always going to take a long time. But yeah, I enjoy it.
Well,
I
I'll
think
see
it's fun.
about condensing the next adventure a little bit.
Yeah. I like it. I don't mind the suffering and all that for the character. I think it makes it an interesting story, honestly. Maybe I can only say that because I'm not
Oh, yeah.
I'm not Stefan, so
Yeah.
I had a little bit of suffering, not too much. So. I definitely think the horse
you
is
should-
out. I think
you should.
Piotr's on his way out. I don't know if I can fix that boy. Which sucks.
So basically, the way that works, yeah, you make that flat d20 roll, and with the modifiers, so like the weekend stuff never goes away, and it just seems to accrue. You know, it subtracts from your dice roll.
Till the eventually just
So,
passes, yeah.
Yep. So if you roll a 2, that's when you have to make those second checks. But then if you get 1 or less, like your horse just dies.
Oh, I've got such a bad chance of him dying this next year. I hope I can squeeze one more year out of Piotr. Just one more year, Mike.
I mean, yeah. So the expected value on a d20 is like 10.5. So -2 is 8.5. So I mean,
Because I'm at -4.
did expect to get a few more years out of him. Oh, -4. Ouch. Okay, so that's 4.5.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe a few more years you should be able to squeeze it out of him.
Maybe a year or two is all I can think of. It's like, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. Bad luck and adversity is certainly something that's part of Pendragon.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I got all my good
So
luck out of the
hopefully-
way during the adventure, and
All
all
right,
my
chat.
bad luck out of the way when rolling.
I think I'm gonna send
upgrades.
you over to my friend, Hime Utsugi.
Yeah.
She's a cool VTuber. She's actually
Yeah.
also doing a tabletop RPG right now. I think she's playing a journaling one. 'Cause I see her doing some handwriting here. But
Really
I'll
like
say
this
hi to
game.
her. She's
Okay, well,
she's good peeps.
time to prep.
And
Time to switch
thanks
over
for
to prep.
chilling. Thanks for hanging out today. I
I'm
was
so
glad to have
sorry.
y'all to talk to during
We
my
don't
winter
even know
phase
which
suffering.
one you
so.
should be prepping yet.
Let's see.
Oh, I'm gonna roll. I could probably start with rolling some personal events for everybody. A new round of personal events. I think it's
God,
probably safe to assume that Lyria wants to continue investigating. Would you be interested in making a journey to Centra to maybe talk to people who knew about, or like knew your aunt?
The sound of the
When she
man
was younger?
coughing startles the monkey out of its
Ooh.
nostalgic reverie, which immediately
Yee,
sparks anger.
intriguing.
Why create all
Yeah, I'd say she
So-
would.
coughing startles the monkey out of its nostalgic reverie,
Journey
which immediately
to,
sparks anger.
where did I
Why
say it was?
create all
Verdun?
these toys
Verdun,
only to leave them?
Hamburg,
Oh
something
gosh.
is
like
raiding
that.
with 4 froggos.
Wow! Oh, it's Raxfiel. Hello. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Raxfiel's stream is a wild ride. They're all about that Pendragon Witcher campaign. Oh yeah, you talked about that, right? That's awesome.
Vlad is gonna try and
Pendragon
make
Witcher campaign live with a
babies,
sprinkle of
but
Delta
that's
Green
not really
shenanigans on
interesting.
top. That is so many things altogether.
What? Oh, the thing with the orange, I guess
bald,
that's kind of...
bald nobility. Druidic dopamine and maybe a whiff of
thing.
nuclear mixing.
Irina,
It's
we've
disgustingly
gotta
normal
figure
and
out
absolutely entertaining. I'm very curious to know
what cording looks
what
like
sparks
there.
that particular summary. That's so funny. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for the raid.
What else we got?
Oh my god. Yeah, see, my Frosty Tools knows all. Stupid text. It knows. It sees. Hello. Yeah, that's wild. Welcome in. Sounds like a great stream. Yeah, I think you talked about
I don't know.
the Pendragon Witcher campaign somewhere.
Everything
It
else will
sounds
just,
familiar, either in my
have
Discord or
to
maybe
see.
maybe the Black Oath one. It
So,
sounds familiar.
Stefan
Sounds like you had a great
and
time. Was it
it's
a group campaign? What were you doing?
We need to
I wanted to
finish
put
winter
heinous dumb
phasing,
tags for my stream. That's what
and
those are. Sure.
Stefan has a personal
Sure.
event coming up.
That's what it is.
Oh, yeah, it's
Welcome. Thanks for
exhausting.
the follow.
Fucking
Your
it
royal
is.
presence elevates our RPG realm. Oh my gosh,
Oh,
it's so
Okay,
true.
okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Welcome.
John?
I am
Yeah.
Himotsuki.
Mm.
I
Don't
am
forget
a
you've,
parrot.
He
Game
might be-
day.
Gained a what? Hello?
Oh, he's just muted, I see.
Oh yes.
Maybe he's gone.
No, I've muted. I muted to talk to people when I raided.
Ah.
Yeah.